Hello, everybody.
Knock, knock, who's there?
Who is in the house?
Guess who's coming for this show? Common Sense Sisters and the Common Sense Squad. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know you are here.
Yes. This is our customary. I'm loving it. Baby first! And you are the first, man.
Baby first, you are the first in the building. Hello. Please let us know if you can hear us by hitting the like button and comment as well. Let us know.
Let us know if you can hear us, okay?
So that we're not talking to ourselves.
Yeah, this show. God. Oh my goodness.
Who is in the building? Who is in the building?
Oh, come on. Who's on?
Welcome. Let's start. Thank you. Baby first can hear us. Thank you for confirming. Before we begin our normal announcements, we're waiting for some more squad members. Hit the like button though.
Wow, I'm just admiring myself.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you so much, Hassan. Thank you. Happy weekend.
I hope you all are doing good. I hope you're doing fabulous. October month is ending. And October month cannot end without us coming to the squad.
Of course. Oh, President in the building.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Zoma.
Thank you, Zoma. Oh my God.
We're looking for Toronto. My priestess.
What do we win?
They go here and I never give myself
what
time.
Name are you? Because me, I'm a priestess. So. I'm priestess for this year.
Should I call myself Odogonwani?
Yeah, that's fine. Odogonwani.
Strong.
My Odogonwani. And now I'm the priestess. New Nigeria, we greet you. Okay. I'll make us start the normal announcements. You know, we always start on time.
Yeah, we cannot be keeping people waiting. We are like 3 minutes in.
All right, regularly scheduled announcement for the live video. We want to thank everybody for coming in today and joining us. You know our normal squad obligations. The rules: be respectful, be open-minded, stay on topic, don't use bad words, subscribe, hit the like and share button, and also hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever we post our videos or whenever we're live. Now, if you're new, welcome to the Common Sense Squad. If you want to know more about the Common Sense Sisters and the squad, you can visit our About page. Also, you can check out our community page. This is where we regularly post updates on, lives that we'll be having or new videos. This is where we keep to tab with people. And we have a playlist for you to binge watch all the videos that you've missed in the past. Okay? Finally, you can catch up with us on different social media platforms.
Yes. Why not if not?
Why not if not?
Why not if not? Today's topic. It's a very heavy topic.
Do you think very heavy? Let me even see. For people where you would have seen it from the thumbnail what we're talking about today.
Yeah, today we are talking about monetizing African Juju versus Western Halloween. This is a debate session, and in the Common Sense Sisters YouTube channel made up of the Common Sense Squad and we ourselves in this debate section, everybody comes to give their opinion.
Yes.
Unapologetically and respectfully. You know what I mean? So we want to make common sense out of some parts of our culture, and that is why we are here today.
Yes.
Today is not about evil spirits or wickedness or all those or evil and good things. No.
Today is about culture.
Today is about some aspect of the culture that we think should be monetized. Yeah. And as we are saying now,
last year we did a video. About this topic, which also posted on our community tab. If you don't watch it, asking
about Halloween,
a trend that Nigerians and some other Africans started celebrating Halloween on the continent. So on the continent of Africa, we're not talking about people abroad. And we're wondering why, because Halloween normally now fear things. It's a scary something. We walk into the stores, we see skeletons and spider hanging, everybody thinks
webs,
decoration up and down.
For us, it's not
normal. It's not normal. It's bad omen. But people in Nigeria are still doing this Halloween. Come from a Halloween party, I've seen different flyers from Enugu, Abuja, Lagos, Halloween party here and there. So I want to know why they are appreciating this Halloween fear kind of thing. But cultures like ours, when you think of masquerade or juju or things like that, there is a negative connotation attached to it.
They will say like they are doing their party theme is Halloween. Okay, that's fine. That's your choice. And why they wear the costume of the African costume for the party?
Yes.
Why are you wearing costumes of? I'm not telling you what to wear, but I'm just wondering why they wear the one of a winch for some movies,
Nothing bad
movie, and all those things. Why are you not wearing like some of our costumes?
Like this? Why you like a chief priestess? I mean, priestess
of the land.
And the Odogwani. These are costumes.
These are costumes.
I want this one for my work Halloween event.
They will hear when people come in, and then that way people are curious, like, today you are dressed like this, why, and all those type of things. And for those of us here living in the abroad inside, some of you, there's a difference between celebrating something and participating in something. Yes, for example, let me use Christmas. Not everybody celebrates Christmas. Some people participate in it because they sell
Secret Santa,
Christmas worthy items, and you buy all those things, right? So I begin to wonder, like, okay, as those of us that are living in the abroad, okay, you're participating in costume contest in the office. Why they dress like Oba of Benin? Why can't you dress like Olu? Why can't you dress like Igwe? Also, why can't you have all those dresses, and when you go to work and they're like, I see your costume for the Halloween or whatever. Yes, this is nice. Then it's opportunity to talk about your culture. Then another question we're going to be answering today is that the Juju we're talking about today is the masquerades and those dancers, right? Why is it that we are talking as a Nigerian now? Why can't we have those events where like people will pay money to come and watch the masquerades? They dance, and the dancers they perform and all this stuff, things like that. Why can't it be monetized? Why can't it be that way? Let us make economic value out of this our unique culture. Why should the masquerades at the corner? Why should the masquerades be flogging people instead of
you are going too deep in all this? Why you not go ask one question at a time? Because I'm not going to ask the question again in the middle of the show. In the midst of this, we actually put it to the Common Sense Squad, and everybody came through. We asked this question in our community tab and said, should African Juju, masquerade, etc. be monetized like Western Halloween? Explain why in the comments. We got a total of 25 votes as at an hour before this show started when I screenshotted this, and we had we had 3 different options for people to choose from. So 32% of people said yes, of course. 28% said no, and the final Odogo of them all, 40% said God forbid, we are children of God and do not celebrate such. And so people actually went down to explain why. Now, from our president, forever President Amaka Wonsu, she said, never have I ever or will I ever celebrate Halloween, even though the costumes parties are so enticing. New Nigeria commented and said, if monetized, it will become a business and its cultural values would be lost, just like the bride price, which we spoke about last week. I see nothing with celebrating the dead. I just don't like spending money on things that don't add value to my life. Asi Darling said, masquerades are even different from Halloween. Another angle. One, because the latter represents death, which means Halloween represents death, and the former, which is masquerade, is some form of, culture, different types of things, but from a business standpoint, why not? We can do that. And our Toby said, Toby was reacting to our comment. I guess from this comment, we can see which option Toby selected. And Mary Koye said, it's for the dead. I don't think it should be celebrated. So this is the general gist. This is what we're going to be talking about today. Hey Mary, Mary's in the building.
Hey Mary, how are you? Yeah, so we want to understand why, because for me, let's tell the story now. People are coming in before we open the floor, and we have a very interesting article that has been written by a Cameroonian about 21 years ago. We're going to read about the fun stuff about this thing. When we they grow up for worry, I will never show you.
It's okay. No,
when they grow up for worry, they go lesson. Ejeba for lesson. They base lesson Ejeba. Then when they are having that Ejeba festival, those people,
Ejeba masquerades,
and the masquerade will come and be threatening people and be driving people away.
Flogging people. They will say women cannot come outside. This one, and that one.
Yes, they cannot come outside and all those type of things, So we're wondering why. So you see some parents that are going to drop their children in lesson or pick them up from school. Like at today's festival, you cannot.
That week they won't come to school. I had classmates who didn't used to come to school because of the festival.
Yeah. So why can't, instead of them doing all those things, why can't you, like we don't go watch? We want to watch Cirque du Soleil now. Most of the masquerade dancers, they do acrobatics and all those things. Why can't we in our own Nigerian Disney
something like this?
Exactly.
I think this is the Igbo culture.
I don't know which culture it is, but like all the cultural dances and all those things. Why can't we just have that and then make economic value out of it? Which means that it's a show. So when people come and visit Nigeria, it's one of the to-do lists for tourism. Like, this is part of our culture. If you travel to this state, maybe you travel to the other state,
what their own
you see what their own is about. You pay money, you will watch. Now, the masquerades and the dancers, they make money out of it instead of doing fictitious things with it.
I think Babyface is saying something very important, and they said, I think it's best any monetization starts in Africa. I agree, and it's on there. But I believe it's already happening. The festival it is in Nigeria. Yes, Babyface, you are right. It's already happening in Nigeria. But the angle we're coming from is this new thing of Nigerians or Africans now finding Halloween fancy.
Yeah.
But this same set of Africans or Nigerians will look down on their own culture and call it bad or call it dirty. You know, so that's the angle we're coming from. We know that festivals like this take place in Nigeria. People go from the city or even in villages, they participate. But we want it to be like on a bigger level. Scale.
Yeah.
On a bigger scale. You know, if you go to, for example, you go to New Orleans. Is it New Orleans?
New Orleans.
Mardi Gras, whatever, some festival in America.
I don't know. Been there.
Anyways, let me not digress. But we want it to be not only just like an African thing that is happening in Africa. Yeah. We want it to be spread across the world because Africans are everywhere.
Yes.
They're everywhere. So if I'm going
and people come and visit.
If I have a work event,
people come and visit.
If I have a work event and I can dress up like this and go for my work event, why would I do that? Why would I say no? I'm going to dress up as a superhero character, superwoman today. I'm going to do. Why can't I elevate my culture where I am? Exactly. Why do I have to see? Like now, I'm wearing this costume as a priestess of a village, a land. Somebody might see this and call me evil and say that I'm practicing fetishous beliefs. But this is how priestesses dress, or how some village maidens will dress. So why is it that we look down on our own culture, but when it comes to other cultures that look similar and it's already monetized, is being glorified? Why can't we show that same appreciation to our culture? Why is there always, oh, it's bad, oh, it's evil, oh, it's this? But in everything in life, there's always good and there's evil.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's the angle where we are coming from for today's topic.
Yes.
Because I think that time we also had like Okere and all the other ones, you know, things like that. Now, recently, there's a very interesting music video.
Yes,
the Larry Gaga one.
Larry Gaga. I don't know if you know
Larry Gaga, where there was Fino, there was music. Yes, you see the dancing of Teresa Onowar. I never even knew who she was before until after this music video came out, and to see how beautiful the culture is and all that stuff. Why can't people who are? It's not, you know. I know it's people from that part of Nigeria,
the eastern part,
the Igbo people, right? They probably know about it, but the rest of Nigerians may not really be aware, but it's nice that they're displaying all these things.
Yes.
Right? So it will be nice, like, if other people are traveling from other parts of Nigeria or different parts of the world, like, oh, what are the fun things to do in Nigeria? I can say, okay,
this festival is coming up.
Yes, you can go for it. You can go for this festival.
You can go and watch. And you know how they used to even have in Fela Shrine, they used to have those plays and stuff like that.
Yes.
Those are things that can elevate the culture, like
stories.
So our culture is so beautiful. And you see abroad, people are already making money off the culture. I mean, the artifacts are in Europe. Some of them, I don't know whether it's the fake ones that are here in the museum. They are in Toronto. Some of them are being returned. So people that are not members of the culture are already making money off of the culture. Why do we, who are members of this culture, see our culture as bad? Yeah. Why can't we embrace this culture and create economic value out of it? Because this is art.
Yeah.
This is art and craft.
As far as
when they bring money. You know what it is?
So,
you know, we go play for here now. If you go for Lion King play, how many years ago? How much did we spend for that ticket?
Make an announce. What go come and be saying
Fela Shrine go come Toronto. I no go. I go now.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it because I want to know. You know, it's all part of the storytelling. It's all part of telling a story about your culture, and there's economic value out of it. Because those people are actually working. They are actually working, right? And then I think there's some movies that we watched during the pandemic.
Yes.
Last year from Kenoma TV.
Series TV, actually.
YouTube channels. The series.
There was one actually called Egedege. Very, very beautiful.
Very interesting.
If you are crazy about Nollywood movies on YouTube and series, you would love this on Kenoma TV. Egedege. You should watch it. It's like
on YouTube.
It teaches beautiful life lessons.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know,
there's another one that we really love too.
I love this one.
The healer.
Very, very beautiful.
Very nice, with a lot of valuable lessons.
Beautiful culture.
You know, that's what we're talking about here. Like, if not for Nollywood now, some of all these things now we will not be knowing them. You understand what I'm saying?
That's the thing.
You know, I just want to make sense out of it. What is Hassan saying? Hassan saying, even in the abroad during the Halloween, some evil stuff do happen too. It's not just exactly.
But you will find that Africans who migrate here, they will say they are just blending in. But
it's not really.
Is it really?
You better be reading what you're blending
in. Like, I don't have issues if people are celebrating or wearing the costumes. That's none of my problem. My angle is that our own that we have, how can we elevate it and make monetary value out of it by showing it to the world? Because people will get jobs from it now.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Older people who tell stories. They will tell stories. And people will create movies.
Yes.
Folklore, everything.
Yes.
You will come. You have people traveling around the world. I think give reference to Lion King, a musical that we went to watch in Toronto in 2019.
Yeah.
Those people were traveling around the world. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. We've gone to see Cirque du Soleil in Florida. People when they fly up and down.
They do
why can't
acrobatics.
These people?
People they do acrobatics too now.
Why can't we go? Why can't they have that? Maybe they will say government too. The government does
why
not
is only
elevate
for special occasion?
The government does not elevate the culture.
But we cannot be relying on the government all the time because there are so many cultures. So individually we can start customizing it.
So be in the building.
You know, and I think Amaka is saying something. Amaka is saying that I don't think we are looking down on the culture, but the practice of voodoo and the ills that follows the practice is real. Yeah, but that's a separate thing. Not all like these people that are dancing now. We can't call it like voodoo.
Let me frighten you people in the comment section now. Now, because I got a lot of backgrounds. For example, there's this one. Very, very controversial.
Yeah.
A ton of masquerades. A ton of masquerades.
Yeah.
A Nigerian, for example, will see this thing and say, hey, God forbid, forgetting that there are human beings under this mask. But you will go to, let's say, a grocery store or a party city or something, and you will see different spiders, you will see skeletons, you will see what I will call in Warri, Juju Calabar. If I go they shop for things. Is it normal that I enter the store and spider or skeleton will be dropping down? Oh no, it's normal. Everybody see it as normal. So I will be the one to say, this is not normal. Why are you selling skeleton now? Why are you doing this? Well, no. But this is some people's culture right there.
Exactly.
Yes, evil happens in the world. Even within the Halloween evil day. Within our own African culture, there's evil. But there's also beauty in all these things.
Yeah. That are not like, so there are people that this is just what they do for a living. Like someone says, some festivals are not voodoo, right? It's just dressing up. Yeah. Playing character. You know, masquerades are people that wear masks to just, play different characters. You know, if you are okay with
Atilogu dancer,
Emma dancers in the Robo culture.
Make a show now. We can't prepare for now today.
You want to show the background today?
Let me show you people our own because we are Robos.
These are see the Emma dancers,
cultural dancers.
Cultural dancers. This is from Robo tradition. You know, why can't people pay money and then come and watch this? Some people say, okay, it's only for the king that they dance for, but they can also make economic value out of other people paying to come and watch this.
I want it to be such a way that it expands. So it's beyond the shores of Africa because our culture is so beautiful and there is a lot. And the beauty about this is that there are meanings attached to it. So right now I've seen it on a superficial level, like we're not even digging the actual surface and whatever, but there are different meanings attached to it. Like how Dominic came in last week and was talking about the bride price and all the significances behind it. We also have the same thing. Like for example, now I want to know why in Nollywood movies, when we see, like for example, Igbo Nollywood movies, that is the settings in the villages all the time, they have this white chalk on their eye. I want to know why. Does it mean because they are the eye of the gods, or they are the seer? I want to believe that even all these marks or whatever, they signify same thing. Yes, I want to know what it means.
So imagine a play that they do all those type of things. Now people just pay to go and watch it. Then you know that
See, Busola was saying. I know I've heard about this cartoon Coco. Before. I've never seen it before. I think it's some skeleton.
And they made a big money from it. You see? You see? That's what we're saying. We're not, I'm just talking about those cultural significance. Of course, we know that people use certain diabolical stuff, but that's a different thing entirely.
Did you want to read the article?
Yeah, let me read the article. I think we
have some people up in here. So let's see if we can. We have an article, and Yo-Yo will be
I'll be reading the article. This article was written by a Cameroonian in J. Moses Tima. I apologize if I didn't pronounce it correctly, right? Now, masquerades, as used in this article, refers to what is commonly called Juju, in quotes. The Juju is usually the central figure in traditional dances. The Juju is always masked and its identity kept secret. It is believed to possess mythical powers and is usually revered by non-members of the dance group. Some communities even bar women from seeing particular Jujus, and in some instances convey the impression that Jujus are superhuman. The mask wearer actually believes in the macho image conveyed on him. As a Juju, he thinks he is invisible and should be feared. Here are two interesting stories about masquerades. As a child, we used to organize Juju dance groups on Christmas Day and go about begging for money. In one particular occasion, we approached a young man we guessed was quite viable. We sang and our Juju displayed all his skills, but the man politely ignored us. Frustrated, we started singing a song that contained insults directed at the ungrateful man. The provoked man grabbed a cane and charged at us. We ran into different directions, abandoning our Juju. We were confident that the Juju myth would deter the man from attacking our masquerade. The Juju was even more confident. Our thinking proved costly as the enraged man descended on the defenseless Juju like a beast. Poor Juju. The man was in pain but resisted crying aloud lest he be considered ordinary human. It was an embarrassing show, especially for us. At the end of the encounter, we hustled our Juju to a nearby bush, unmasked him, and let the young man sob in the enclosed milieu of his comrades. In the early 90s, Prince Charles of Great Britain had to pay a visit to the botanical gardens in Limbe, Cameroon. Many cultural dance groups were invited to grace the occasion. His scheduled time of arrival was delayed due to reasons beyond his control. In the interim, the dancers used the waiting period to help themselves with some beer. When the prince finally arrived, the time was too short for all dance groups to display their skills. They were told to adopt a carnival-style procession for the seeing pleasure of the prince. As the Jujus, some already high on alcohol, did their best to attract the prince's attention. One particular Juju had an advantage because of his height. This Juju, perching on two long sticks, had all the aura of patron of other Jujus. Unfortunately for the entourage, the man perching on those two sticks had sipped more than the required dose of beer. It was not to be long before the tall Juju missed his steps and came crashing down before the august visitor. The Red Cross people ran to his rescue, but the Juju handlers refused their help. Sweating with embarrassment, they tried some damage control, bundled the dazed Juju and placed it on his feet again. A few more steps and down came the Juju the second time. This time around, the Red Cross was allowed to attend to the Juju. He was after everything a human being. The myth was gone, and his men were left to grapple with the public relations nightmare. Africans are very good at creating a facade, turning it into reality and actually believing in it. It will take us quite some time to demystify some of these beliefs because we are essentially superstitious. Now, we're gonna be opening the floor for people to come in. I found this article very interesting, number one. Number two, that it was written by a fellow African, a Cameroonian, for that matter, and it's over 21 years old because it was written on September 4th, 2000.
Yes.
So we want people to come and give their wedding planner extraordinary 3003 events. You guys should check out Acidali's YouTube channel.
We'll post the link to the article for everyone to see.
Yeah. So we want people to come and talk. Be open-minded about this topic.
You let us know, have you ever participated in any festival?
Yes.
Have you ever participated in Halloween? We're not participating is different from celebrating.
Yeah.
By participating, I mean whether you're even giving candy. It's participation.
Yeah.
If you won the outfit, if you've done it.
Your children will go to school, they will be crying. Then you'll be like, oh, I have to get this children costume. What are they doing today? They are going to be happy today. They are going to be superwoman today. They are going. Why can't they dress in the traditional attire of where you come from, as that's the costume?
Number 3, you will let Toby and Samolu. This is not a man.
Where is this? We're looking for Dominic.
You see, Auntie has given masquerade money several times. You see,
it's not easy to wear that mask.
Make them not go flog us.
You know.
Have you ever been flogged by a masquerade? You also let her. Have you attended Halloween parties? Hey, there's another thing that Halloween people. Movies, scary movies, all those eats them. Scary movies that you used to go and watch.
See, Mary say my daughter is here crying for us. Mary, why don't you dress a
puppet up like this? Dress a puppet
or
up.
dress her in a particular, if it's the African outfit or
Igbo
attire or something, or like where like it's an opportunity to also tell stories about your culture and then enlighten people too. You know, not like this. You go contest for office.
I go contest like this for office. I came second
yesterday. Yes, so people say, "What is this?" They tell us
story. I said this is a one you. Human beings, I say it's a one you. The priestess. Human beings are not supposed to see her. Mere mortals are not supposed to see her. If not, you can be cursed. I tell them they vote for me. If not, I will curse them. But I come second. So as my Juju no work now.
But after you come, everybody got the fear for office. Say, who is going to come after her last presentation?
All these Liverpool and Man U fans in this comment section. This is we're talking about the ghosts here. We're talking about the ghosts.
Oh, now they bring soccer.
This is not soccer Saturday. This is.
Where is Dominic? Today, soccer Saturday.
Dominic.
Today, they are watching now, but we appreciate them that they are multitasking.
And they flog us, yes, so that's true.
Yeah, the masquerade, we have advice for them.
Juju, Calabar, Juju.
No, they flog people. And don't be excluding women, because anything when they do where you not include women, you're not going to make money.
That's all.
You're not going to make money.
That's the life.
That's not common sense. So don't be instead of flogging people, they dance. Put your plates there. People will be spraying you money.
Make a change background. Let's go to the this is the
Gedeg masquerade. So brace yourself and click the link and come into the studio.
It's gonna be a sweet one. Make I explain my own costume and wear.
What's your costume about?
I am the priestess of Agbangana King.
Molly will never kill you.
Molly will finish me. If you see me and you went to be looking for a necklace. Not the name of this necklace. They call it Witch Doctor at Party City. I was so happy because we're looking for a score. Where my score? You know, you see this score? We're looking for a score. I tell them from my office, say, these are the claws of a lioness. A lioness. I mean, I'm a woman, a lioness. And these claws were gotten by the warriors who went into the evil forest to wrestle the lionesses. Oh!
They catch the story.
This call, now that of the ancestors, people that came before me. Let me speak English, since people are not Nigerians. People that came before me. The I means that I am the seer. Now me be the link between the people and the gods. If I'm bleeding, it means there's bad omen in the land. Who go? I see Anugo.
Let's add.
How you guys doing? No, he's fine. Well, you guys are like happiness on dope. You guys are so cute. You guys are so you're a joy.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You're so cute.
This nice.
What are their names?
Give me space, please. Excuse me. All right. So we're talking about masquerades. I'm the new Nigeria. I got the comment. Yeah. So about masquerades and celebrating the Juju and whatever. I don't mind celebrating the culture, you know. But if I had to spend a lot of money doing that, you see, I have 2 kids. So every time there's a kind of festival, I have to sew clothes, buy stuff. And here you have like Halloween, you have a
lot of money.
Yeah, and then back to back, you have a lot of
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year.
And you have to celebrate all those things. Babe, they're cruising a because.
Oh, sweet boy.
If you have to like celebrate all those things, yeah, you have to do that you have to sew clothes for them for their schools, do some for the house. You have several things to do at the same time, and you have to spend a lot of money for that. I don't mind celebrating, yeah. So what was I gonna say? Ure, please give me space.
Do you think that the ones like in Nigeria, do you think that the festivals should be monetized, whereby like if someone visits Nigeria, you can say, go to this city, go to this state, you can buy tickets and go for the festival shows.
Even or if those people can also come over to the west,
and then we
have concerts in different cities.
Yes,
I like that. You know, we used to do that when we were younger. Masquerades used to come to my father's house. And after dancing, myself, give them money, give them food, you know. Wow. We need to celebrate that. But things have changed. Now, if you don't give them money, they will flog the hell out of you. You know, it's not our fault. We used to actually celebrate. Then we used to go to there's a nearby village. I'm from Anambra. There's this place called Abagana. There was a festival back then that we attend. Yeah. So
it's a real place.
Huh?
Abagana is a real place.
Abagana, yes.
I don't know if the office and princess of Abagana. Hey!
Abagana is a real place, so it's in Anambra. Yeah. So we used to, the whole family would go to Abagana, we'll watch masquerades, you know, give them money. But now, I guess those things don't happen anymore because of the way Nigeria is now. We're now turning into Oyibo people. Nobody wants to do the African thing anymore. Actually, I graduated from nursing school 2 years ago. I wore traditional to my graduation.
Oh, amazing.
I wore 1,500. Just I got too hot. I had to remove the 1,500. I just wore it. But I wore traditional, and my daughter wore the same thing too. We wore uniform traditional. She wore her own 1,500. So, yeah, I love the culture. I'm actually planning to go back to Nigeria. I live in California. I plan to go back to Nigeria. I'm tired of this place. I'm an African girl. So,
oh my God. Thank you so much. Should we call you New Nigeria, or do you have a name you want us to call you?
Come you go. New Nigeria is just something I call myself, just to disguise.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. I love you guys.
And you have educated us today.
Thank you for being your beautiful kids. And for teaching them the culture is very, very important. Yes. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
You see, Anna?
Hey!
California people, we love on our scatter.
California, hey!
You know? You see, Anna? Today we learn of Agbangana. It's not a fiction, it's real. Priestess of Agbangana kingdom.
Of which kingdom? Which kingdom you come from?
I've not picked my kingdom yet. Not your kingdom. If I pick it, I will pick it. I didn't pick it before coming. But you know, we've learned something about Anambra State today. You know, and now when they say it in Nollywood movies,
we can relate. We remember Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria. So don't be afraid to click in here. Somebody's asking whether we celebrate Halloween. We don't. Yes. I think someone was asking in the comment section. We don't celebrate it too. No, we know they celebrate. No, we don't. I don't think they. I know they shoot candy in a decoration for my house. It can stay for 10 years. I don't shoot. I don't celebrate Halloween.
I don't even get the costume.
I don't even get costume for all those things.
This is the cape we wore last year for our Halloween.
This is
Halloween
video this thing that we did last year. So I'm up for the fact that I think in Nigeria that they can start thinking of having economic value
beyond what tradition usually do. So making it bigger.
Don't make it hostile and all those stuff. Making it bigger. Looking at it on a global scale. And then seeing themselves traveling to different parts of the world to display this art culture. Because we are everywhere. I will pay now. I will pay to go and watch the dance now. I will pay for the show.
Is it that the stories? Whether it's
stories,
theater they want to do.
Everything.
Parade. It doesn't,
that's what we're talking about
to
now.
package it well and, you know, there's something about our culture that has to, if we're not monetizing it, somebody else will
package it too.
I mean, the gods are inside the museum somewhere.
Yeah, you see,
we have the gods that are coming back to Nigeria now. Like Yoye was saying to me a few days ago, have they prepared a place for the gods? By the gods, I mean like the artifacts and all those things that colonial masters took to their countries. They say they are returning some of them. So in Nigeria, do we have somebody, what is it called? Is it archaeology or something, that will be able to say, yes, this is the real bronze that was taken hundreds of years ago by these people? How do we know that it's not fake? Are there museums ready, or is the palace of the kings or whatever, are they ready to welcome these artifacts back to the land?
And then have like stories,
24/7 lights for them.
Apart from that, then have like, that's true. And also have like stories that people that are from that part of the world, you know, they can identify and be like, oh, this happened many years ago, many centuries ago, and all those type of things, you know. We have another person in the house.
Hey!
Someone to take a break from soccer.
Well, hello ladies, how you doing?
We're good, how are you?
No, we finished the match. Thank God we won today. They beat us the last time 5-0. It was very painful. I just switched on the TV. That was Liverpool. Yes, 5-0. It's very painful, but we won 3-0 today, so it's a consolation. Okay.
Sorry for the loss. Sorry for the loss. Very emotional something.
How you guys doing? I just saw your topic this afternoon. It was even Omoti, my wife, that called my attention to it.
Oh, we do that.
Nothing.
Omoti,
you can't do it.
Thank you so much. Because last week, I still remind. This week again.
If I didn't see it, I didn't see until when she said, and we were going out, we took our kids to, you know, they are in midterm holiday, we took them out for some activity. So today, yesterday, zip lining, we went to go and do some climbing. You see it on my Instagram and when I posted later. It was a bit fun, scary but fun, you know.
Very scary.
Before I entered the studio, you were talking about the bronze that were been taken away and they were returned. And you said
they met one from Aberdeen that they say they are going to be returning soon. So
you know, yesterday I was in British Museum yesterday. There is this a bronze like a cock, like a male chicken that is like a cock that was returned to Nigeria recently. Do you know the same this I saw in British Museum yesterday? And I was telling Tola and my wife that is this not the bronze that I saw in the news that has just been returned with a fanfare to Nigeria? Is it the fake one or the original that has been returned?
Is it duplicate?
Which one was it? So which one was returned? Because yesterday when I went, we actually went to the African section because we cannot even finish the whole in the British Museum yesterday where the kids were so tired, the last okay. So well, but we went to the African section. We see a lot of things they were taken from Egypt, Nigeria, Cameroon, so many African countries. In fact, a lot were taken from Benin Kingdom. I saw a lot of artifacts were taken. And one of those things is the cock that I said, I saw this thing 2 days ago, how many days ago? They said it just been returned to Nigeria with a lot. Maybe they have a duplicate or they have several. But I saw it was returned, it said it was, but I can still see it in the British Museum there. Maybe that is a duplicate or something, I don't know. But
if it was a duplicate, then I would expect that they would write it on the this is a replica.
Yeah. Yes, they call it Okuko. That's the name. You know, Benin is close to Yoruba language. Yoruba call it Akuko, but in Benin language, it's called Okuko.
Oh,
so it was, it was, you know, he said it was returned to Oba of Benin, and that was what is in the book. I saw it yesterday in the British Museum yesterday. We were there yesterday. So I think you making comments on my yes. A lot of those things that said that when we return, we still find them. Maybe they are duplicates, we don't know, but there are some of them are still there, and they make all the comments about they locate where it was taken from, what year. A lot of these things were from 14th, 15th century. That is to show the level of African civilization as at then. And they begin to make people believe that, oh, we were living on tree or on tree, or we were not civilized. If we can make such things, even if we're bronze, I can still see it there. And I don't know, that there was a time they said it's been returned, but that is it. Coming to the culture, you're talking about Halloween and commercializing African culture and this thing. I'm not really an expert in this area, but one thing I will say is that, if you look at a lot of activities they do in this South of America, like in Trinidad and Tobago, Brazil, and all this carnival, do you know that some of those carnival were started by the blacks, Africans? They were taken on a slave. It's part of the culture that they celebrate in Africa that, make to be a bigger version and become what you call carnival today. And today you see a lot of people going to all those parts of the world when they are celebrating carnival. It's a lot of money making for countries like Trinidad and Tobago, because you see that during those periods, it's a time that people come from all over the world to their country. The hotels will be booked. A lot of jobs will be created during that time. There will be a lot of sales of merchandise and a lot of people visiting. It's like a tourist destination. Those are the part of culture of all this special celebration of our, the uniqueness of Africa. You're talking about the culture. These are some of the. I am on phone. This guy is not, he just want to sit down on me. The two, they will be fighting.
Thank you.
They'll be fighting to sit down on my lap. So, like I was saying, this, it's a good thing that, thing that we need to celebrate. It's unfortunate that even I also was born in a Christian family. We believe all those things, they are fetish and this thing. And recently I've been following some scholars in African spirituality on YouTube, Facebook, on Instagram, and I've gotten a lot of enlightenment, a lot of understanding. Because you need to be open-minded before you begin to now embrace and understand where those a lot of these things are coming from. A lot of those things that we believe that they are worshiping idols, they are not actually. In fact, I was made to understand from the recent learning and understanding that African spirituality, especially in my side, which is Yoruba, they don't actually worship those idols. Because I watched an interview of one of the first class Oba from Yoruba land. He was talking that we Yoruba doesn't worship idol, and he was able to justify it with simple logic. He said some of all these idols we talk about, they all came hundreds of years, thousands of years after Oduduwa. Oduduwa, which happened to be like the first king in Yoruba land, like is seen as somebody that Yoruba race can trace their lineage to. Although you can't really say he's the first person in Yoruba land, because according to history, when he came there, he met some people there. But Oduduwa never worshipped any idol. He only worshipped Olodumare, which is the same, we call it God. He worshipped Olodumare, which we call God. And Oduduwa, all these other deity that some people decide to be worshipping, although they claim they don't worship it, like Oshun, Ogun, Shango, all these things, they came up many years after Oduduwa. So, in other words, it means that, do you mean that Oduduwa, who is that worship is lineage, as in worship his great grandson? No, he didn't worship them. What he passed to them is the worship of Olodumare, which is God. So yes, so in other words, he never passed the worship of idol or this thing to anyone. The only thing they do is they give reference to this thing, because some of them, they were former kings and all those stuff. It's just like as Fela is now. Fela is a deity in Yoruba land, whether you like it or not. Awolowo is a deity. Awolowo, they are one of our ancestors that passed beyond. in Yoruba culture, you can reference them. Like now, when you want to do Iba, you can say Iba for Iba to people. That is, I reference all the people that have come before us, that have led the way, like Obafe Maolo, like Fela, like Ogun Shongo, and you begin to mention them. It's not that you are worshiping them. You are just referencing, you are recognizing, like how the Catholic will reference some of their saints. They will mention the saints that are being. That is the same thing. But the way the Yoruba culture was, making rebranded and make people to believe that, oh, they are worshiping idols, they are this and that. And the concept in one of our culture, the concept of devil, Satan, devil is not there. But there was one of the deity called Eshu. And because the way Eshu strike in those days, so somebody who interpreted English from Yoruba now now use Satan to be Eshu, which is not. Eshu is a god of equity. What Eshu does is that if somebody should do bad to you, Eshu will fight on your behalf, even more than what you expect him to do. That is why they say Elekun Suku, that is, you are crying, he is shedding tears, he is shedding blood while you are shedding tears on your behalf. So some of this culture, the Egungun, the festival, it's because we have different kinds of stories behind it. Yes, we can't really pinpoint that this is the, because it's just like when I'm telling you a story. You want to tell somebody, the way you narrate your own will be different. Somebody will put his own sentiment. And if you are listening to some of these stories from Eurocentric or from British side, then you're going to see a lot of bastardization. They begin to make it look like bad. But if you are coming from the African itself, people that are very just, they are very straightforward about their culture and tradition, you will see they will give you the right perspective about some of this culture. Now I am very open-minded. I don't believe that all of them are fetish. I don't. There are some that I may still question, but as it is now, I'm very open-minded. If I go to Nigeria today, if I do a Google festival or I will go there, I'll go and rejoice with them.
So exactly. So now you see, we've come to talk about the culture because also you heard from custodians or like others people that understand it. That's what we're saying about monetizing this thing. So imagine now that this Mama, welcome. So imagine now that this story that you told us and you learned it from the other or those people who are custodians of
culture.
So just imagine now that they decide to have like a book or a history site where people can go ahead and they can pay money and go and listen to these things. That way there's uniformity. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the knowledge now spreads across. We have to start telling the stories, by our own terms. That's the essence of what we're talking about. This is exactly like what we do. Because if we start telling the stories, we monetize. I think your background is a bit noisy or something. We monetize it.
I have to leave this city. I'm in the city room because my kids they are on their iPad.
Okay, so the thing is, now we are talking about this culture, right? And we are talking about your culture and you're enlightening everybody because obviously we're not the only ones listening to this stuff, right? So imagine now that there's a place in the land where, for example, I visit Nigeria, right? And they say, you get this ticket to go and hear about this history. And I pay money, when you go listen to what I say. It's the same way like when we visited the Ellis Island in New York, right? In Brooklyn, New York. We paid to go to all those places. After touring around the Ellis Island, we went inside and sat down and watched the movie about it. So why can't we have that? It would be nice to have that about our culture in different parts of Africa. I'm always calling Nigeria because Nigeria is where I am from. That's why we always like people to come. At least
a good reference is Ghana. Ghana has this. When we went to Cape Coast Castle, where they used to take slaves from and all that stuff. We toured the place and were able to see the movie. Yes, Ghana's history is beyond slavery and whatever, but but they preserve their own, as opposed to how Nigeria does this. And we're also coming from the western angle. We're also coming from the western angle of now. I don't know if you practice in Halloween festivities, either by giving candy or wearing costumes or allowing your kids wear costumes. There's this new thing where we're seeing, like now, Instagram, I've seen different flyers where people are inviting people to a Halloween party, whether it's in Enugu, Lagos, or Abuja. And this is not the first time I'm seeing it. For like the past 2 years now, I've been seeing it. So I'm like, okay, if Halloween is what I would translate as Juju Calabar, something scary, but while seeing it as fun, it's the in thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong. We're just playing dress up. Why is it that some of these people who will attend these Halloween parties, who will dress up in these costumes and do the most, why would they see their own culture of me, myself, dressing like this as something bad? Like, is it the mentality behind it? Like, somebody has sold it to us that your own is dirty, your own is bad. This way is fun and it's cool. That I think that's what the life of
that's what the issue is about, and I'm thankful for you for
even explaining the meaning of that issue, because issue in our own is like witchcraft and stuff like that.
So different languages,
different meanings, and
Yeah. So in our own language, in the Yoruba language, that's what it means, and it's nice to hear from you. Now you talked about this thing. People will come and watch, and they will come and learn. So it would be nice if those people that are sharing this history, where you're watching it from, if you comment there and say, it would be nice if this thing's on a broader scale, or think about, even in the comment section now, people, they read comments now.
It's on YouTube now, so they will go watch it.
No, the people who are doing the show, they read it.
Okay, like now, there is this guy, person I used to watch on YouTube, Baba Yoba. He used to talk about the culture, African culture. Is Baba Yoba is like is a Babalawo, but it's not this fetish one, because he himself, he has a lot of people coming against him, because he's exposing some of those lies in even African, just like you have in Christianity, you have fake pastors and you have this thing. It is like they are fighting him, because the way he presents it, it make it so easy for people, and people understand that you are not worshiping idol. You don't bow down to any deity. Don't bow down. It's Olodumare. That's that you bow down for. So the way that is where I've learned a lot from, and and some random videos that I've seen on social media. When I see that there is a lot of logic in what you say, I try to listen. See, I one thing about, I respect people's culture. Like you said that you don't do Halloween. And when I got there is when I got to know about Halloween. My daughter went as a social guardian. I used to call she goes to, is like a guest guard. What was it called? It's taller than us. But it's like they call it brownies. It's like a guest guard. That is it. Yes, brownies. Last week they said they should have a costume, like Halloween costume. So my wife bought her a Batwoman costume. Do this. I don't have a problem with that. It's the kids are having fun. Why should I say you should not join them? The only thing is that I have to let her enlighten about our own culture, where she's coming from too. But if others are doing this stuff here, she lives in this society. Enjoy yourself and have fun with them. On Christmas, I celebrate with people. They are having fun. Enjoy with them. I don't have a problem that they are doing Halloween. I can't. In fact, on Halloween, even though I don't dress Halloween costume, but if there is Halloween party and friends call me, oh boy, there is a club, let's go. I go there, I go and have fun. I enjoy myself. That that is it. I don't have a problem with people trying to celebrate their culture and tradition. Although they will say there is the more religious people say, oh, it's petty, there's thing behind it and all those stuff. That's your problem. I'm enjoying myself and having fun. So it doesn't really bother me. So when they do Halloween, they bring their candy and those. I will give them money. Come on, it's something they say. So
all right,
let's see what Toby has to say. Let's add Toby.
Yeah, I'll come back to you. We'll come back to you.
Okay. Toby!
Hello. Commonsensesisters.
Toby, thank you for this 50 USD that you gave us. We went on assignment.
No. Come on, guys. You guys deserve more. I mean, you guys are amazing. You deserve way better. That one of my tithes for today. So, but making as the ministry they enlarge, God will enlarge our coats and the tithes go fat more.
I never said that you send us an assignment that we should go and get cash up and paper.
Now,
yeah. So we finally, the last weekend, and so we do kuru keke kuku. The thing not be better. We'll not talk about it. So, based on logistics now, we finally got around it and we're able to get
okay.
That's scrolling at the bottom of the
okay. So please list the Cash App handle that way, because I'm not comfortable with the 30% that Uber is taking from me. It is too much. I beg.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay, great. All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, right? All the effort you are putting in, and they not come and take 30% like that. That is ungodly. That is so ungodly.
That 30% is strong.
Are you kidding me? We ask at the ministry must go to the permanent site. If they take 30%. Anyways, guys, listen up, man. This is a hot topic. And I had my whole thoughts organized, but then I've been listening. And then I went to I took a quick peek at the community page on the channel at the poll you guys conducted.
Yeah,
the survey. And I was shocked at the result of that poll. I don't know the current numbers, but the last time I checked this morning, those who chose we are children of God and we don't celebrate.
40%.
Oh, freaking believable. I'm sorry. At first when I saw that, I commented and I laughed because I thought it was a joke. But to now think that that's the one with the highest number, it's amazing. And I think it's a reflection of where we are as a people. Where we are as a people. I think Samolu touched on it. It was going in that direction. We have been so abused. I mean, I'm telling you. So it's a reflection of where we are as a people. To the fact, I remember when, most of us were young then, when they first built the National Arts Theatre at the Gamu, Lagos. If you read up on the commentary at that time from preachers, from Christians, it's like, they have built a house for our idols. Government is endorsing idol worship. Oh yeah, music. There were songs, Christian songs that were written and sermons that were preached at that time. That government is endorsing. But I mean, the sheer ignorance. This is supposed to be a celebration of the arts, of performing arts, musical arts, all kinds of arts. That it was God Himself that actually gave us this mind. But for some reason, religion is killing us, and that's what I want to talk. That's the perspective I want to bring in from that poll result. So I think about how the Europeans came to our shores, and when they came, they hijacked Christianity. That's my opinion, and they used it to achieve their common goal, the goal was they believed God sent them to go and destroy us.
Yes,
that's what they believed. They believed that they were on a God mission and we were savages. And they were sent to us to rape, to plunder, to pillage, steal everything we had. And they did that successfully in the name of God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
In the name of God and the Queen. When
the Queen, thank you. Speaking of, it's funny you should bring that up. Speaking of which, if you go on the Wikipedia page of the Queen, part of our title, do you know what part of our title is? The Defender of the Faith.
Really?
Yes, it's written there go look it up. It's written there in our Wikipedia page. As Queen Elizabeth II, blah blah blah, House of Windsor, blah blah blah. And part of our title is the Defender of the Faith. What faith were they defending when they came to Africa to rape us, to pillage, to plunder?
Remember the arrow word, though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta learn the etiquette of YouTube. I apologize.
If you say certain things, then I'm about to not be able to play on our video.
Okay. All right.
So that we can get paid.
Yay. It just irks me to the most. Like when are we going to wake up as a people? When are we going to realize that we are so far away, even for what God Himself will want us to do. But these people, what they do is they demonize and they bastardize everything that is African. And that mindset is it's what we are still carrying on today. But to the point you guys are discussing today, monetizing the culture, that is a great idea. You know, you mentioned how they're going to return some of the artifacts. It's funny how they didn't use the word return. They said they are borrowing us. You know, because oh yeah, that's what the British Museum said. Because so for them to use, words matter. For them to say return, which means they're acknowledging theft, and then so they don't want to acknowledge that they stole everything the first time. So they're saying they're just borrowing us Nigeria, and then they'll figure out the rest, eventually. So, anyways, the point is that it is time, as a people, we begin to put religion where it belongs, put the practice of faith where it belongs, and then celebrate our own culture, learn for ways, to spread the word, to export this culture. I mean, the Yorubas are doing a great job from what I know. I don't know about other cultures. They've gone as far as to reach out to the tribe in Brazil all the way. You see them, they still celebrate the culture all the way in Brazil. They speak the language, they sing the songs. There's an some kind of an international interplay, intercultural relationship going on between the Brazilian community, the Yoruba community in Brazil, and the Yorubas in Nigeria. So periodically, they will send people over to educate them more about the culture, to teach them about the practice, the history, and all of that. So some of those things are going on, but we need more of that. We need more enlightenment, even on the people. I think the first caller, the lady that called in, she made a point. Yeah, she made a point about how she used the word Onyibo, which I like so much. The Onyibo people, they have really, and it's funny how you can go to school, you can be educated, and you still don't realize it. You still don't realize that you are being brainwashed, and you are being sold a bill of goods to basically elevate someone else's culture and denigrate your own culture. So this is a great conversation, guys. This is a great conversation.
So, Toby, do you think that the masquerade festivals, the acrobatic dancers, do you think that, like, in Nigeria, there's so many beautiful cultures from different parts of Nigeria. Do you think that it should be monetized in terms of economic value, whereby, like, if people visit Nigeria, it's on their bucket list to check out these places, and these people that are engaging in this culture, they have tickets that people will buy and go and watch the show,
and as well have the opportunity to travel abroad. I'm always up for, as long as people are tourism, exporting it, but the money is going to the purses of people in that community.
Yes.
Yeah. Look, Yo, I could not agree more with you. I mean, you said it right. We are having a problem in Nigeria. Nigeria is, I don't want to get too political, but we are a mono-commodity economy, oil and gas. Oil and gas is the bane of Nigeria. He came and he destroyed everything else. I mean, I'm sure there'll be another day for this conversation. So okay. Thank you for setting me free. I accept it. Thank you. So oil and gas destroyed everything in Nigeria. Everything. I mean, when you build a national arts theater, what was the idea behind that? There was a reason why you built such a place, So we're not exporting our culture. We're not selling anything to the rest of the world. I live in the US. You guys know. Sometimes I watch TV and I see other African countries advertising their country on my TV.
Even on YouTube, Toby, do you know that when we watch it, Canada advertises Canada. Advertises different provinces.
Do you know? I mean, if Canada can still advertise Canada.
We are in Canada. And of course, we want our fellow YouTubers to get paid.
Exactly.
I mean, look at Rwanda. Look at Rwanda. I'm watching Premier League games, I'm saying come to Rwanda, invest in Rwanda, and they show the cultures, and they show, I'm like, wait, what? The same Rwanda that I know? You know, so the problem is the problem of leadership. It's the problem of orientation. It's the problem of those who are short-sighted, who have a narrow mindset regarding what it means to actually sell your own culture. So there are countries in the Caribbean islands that don't have oil and gas. They don't have nothing. All the tourism is all they sell. Tourism. So now you think of touring, you think of tourism, you think of the Caribbean islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, you think of Jamaica, you think of all those places. Why? Because of marketing. They were able to market. So what we're talking about, let somebody not come here and say we are children of God and we don't celebrate those things. I want him to come on calling and explain to me. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for them to call in and explain to me the rationale behind that vote. Why did they vote for that third option to have?
The funny that you should come and defend yourself.
Exactly. I'm waiting. Did they just click it without thinking it through? Or I mean,
we usually open the panel for like the debates. So
yes,
that section of the video will definitely.
I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait.
People have different reasons why they chose their answer. They might say, okay, maybe
Yeah.
the way the question was thrown out or whatever it is, but they will have their reasons, and we will all like hear them out.
Let me share this real quick, and then I'll step aside. My sister has a business in Houston, Texas. She's a practicing nurse, by the way. She's like a medical director at her hospital. But then she also has a side gig, which is to sell African food stuff. But then beyond the food product, she also sells artifacts. She sells our African artifacts and all these things. Now, it started as an online gig a couple of years ago. We're all laughing. And we're like, you this woman, you have time for all these things. But now it's so big. But guess what, though, guys? Where I'm going is Oyibo people come to our store to buy African artifacts.
Exactly.
Isn't that the most shocking thing ever?
I think it's interesting because when I school in Ghana, we buy all those things. What's called that come for exchange program? The American.
I mean, and I'm not even talking about. Listen, guys, I'm not talking about somebody might say, oh, Igbo people, they just like to explore, they like fun. No. I'm talking practitioners of whatever religion you can think of. They come in and say they want cowries. Do you have cowries? Do you have whatever? They ask for specific. These are people who have studied spirituality or whatever, and then they come in there. They collect all these things, and they know the value of some of these things. Whether it's cola or it's bitter cola nuts, all those things. So that is just one experience that I know personally. So you can begin to imagine if we spend more time on our products, on our artifacts, on our culture, whether it's the masquerades, whether it's the outfits, and then we export these things to all these countries, the revenue alone that will come in from these things is amazing. But we are all focused on oil and gas. Everybody wants to go to Abuja. That's where the money is. They want to go and get oil blocks. And
that's where the money is, but that's not even where the oil is from. The regions where the oil is from is nothing to write about because we are from that region.
Ella, I when I was in Nigeria, I lived in Port Harcourt, and from Port Harcourt, I briefly and I traveled through Ogoni land, and what I saw, I don't know now, but back then, what I saw was pathetic. I mean, to see oil pipelines go through people's front yard, to see gas pipelines go through. I mean, the water, the environment, and then I come to the US. These same companies, Chevron and Shell and whatever, all the things they cannot even try in America. They will do it over there. Again, I don't want to switch topics on you guys, but they're all connected.
There's no
they're all connected. These things are all connected. And it is high time we woke up as a people. That's where my own concern is. That poll my breakfast this morning, it just messed it up for me. Because I couldn't believe that result. Anyway, I leave it there for now.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll keep it in the background.
Yeah.
Almaty,
Almaty of Kent. Almaty of Kent. Almaty of Kent. This is the Almaty dance.
Almaty, thank you for always reminding Samolu.
I know. I was the one that was telling him this evening that aren't you going online to go and answer to your sisters tonight? He said, but I didn't get the notice. I said, how do you mean you didn't get the notice? But you are subscribed to Common Sisters on YouTube. Now, how can you not get the notices? But anyway, how are you ladies? How was your Saturday? Oh, that's great. That's great. As you can see, we were at the British Museum yesterday, and I learned quite a lot of things. And to even think that this is going to happen today, especially the African masquerade and whatever. The thing is, I was even more shocked yesterday when I was reading about the masquerade. One of them says, let me read it out to you guys. One second. It says here, in the late 1700s, French immigrants moved to Trinidad to run plantations, bringing with them enslaved Africans. During the carnival season, white plantation owners staged masquerade balls, dressing up as black plantation workers and enacting aspects of plantation life. After full emancipation in 1838, freed Africans in Trinidad embraced carnival as a means of asserting their identity and expressing their belief and expressing their beliefs. Masquerade songs and dance were used to mock the ruling powers and to highlight something about social inequalities.
Yes.
So this is telling you masquerade is not evil.
Omoti, you are perfectly correct, because this thing that you have said, we have a Trinidadian friend that has told us the exact same thing, because Carnival is celebrated, Caribbean
While
Carnival
I was there reading about it, this black guy behind me is from Trinidad and he said exactly the same thing. Go to the Caribbeans. During their carnivals, they wear these colorful, beautiful attires just to continue to appreciate the African part of them. So why are we, the custodians of these things, see it as evil? I don't get it. I honestly cannot wrap my hand around it. Come Halloween, come anything. Me, like I said to you guys, I left Nigeria when I was young, when I was in my teenage years. So I'm a complete different breed. I'm not so much of that African, belief. So I have an open mind. Come Halloween, like Sam said last week, my daughter goes to Brownies. They were asked to dress up as Halloween. I bought her the costume. She loved it. She's a child. She doesn't know. I'm not gonna. One thing I say to people that most of these things that our generation were told, some of us don't know the genesis. We're just living based on what our parents passed down to us.
Yes.
And we've taken it on board without doing our fact finding. And it's so sad that majority of Nigerians, as educated as they are, some of them just have that phone on their hands and they cannot do research. They cannot do reading. Do you understand? So I say to people that I'm not going to pass that information that was shoved down my throat by my parents. I'm not going to pass it on to my own children. I'm going to raise my children in the current climate. Because there was a day my daughter came home and she was asking me, Mommy, is there heaven? And I told her point blank, I don't know. I'm not going to start telling her story that were told by my parents. I'm not going to start purging that same thing back to her without facts. Right? So this African thing that we custodians are seen as if there's this quote that was said one time on Instagram. I can't remember where I saw it. It says everything black is evil, but everything white is angel. I find that very, very annoying. I find that very, very annoying. So in a nutshell, we, like Toby said, we've been brainwashed, we've been bastardized. Everything about Africa is evil. So even we as Africa, we cannot see beyond that. And it's quite sad. Like Toby said, all these white folks travel to Africa to learn about our culture
and sell it back to us.
and sell it back to us. Isn't that mad? I'm sorry. I don't want to do this. Isn't that madness?
Now, very soon they will make a movie about masquerade. And we will be saying, we will now go and buy tickets to go to those cinemas and be watching it.
Watching it. This yoga thing that they are practicing now, where is the genesis of it? Is it not from Africa?
Interesting. I didn't even know that.
You know? So what are we saying? Halloween is evil. What is, I put up a quote there. Halloween is about celebrating the dead, the martyrs, and remembering those who are gone. So is it just painting your eyes red now makes you evil? Is it just wearing something, a costume, a dress up, like you guys said, a dress up make you an evil? Or completely change your mind about who you are? Abi? I don't get it.
Yeah.
But like I said, we need to unlearn and relearn. I've dropped anything religion. I don't practice any religion. I'm just going to live my life as being nice to my neighbor, treat people the way I want to be treated. If you look at most of these atheists, they live more godlier life than we, the so-called, God, children, what's that saying? Children of God. Trick. So sometimes I find it hard to wrap my head around this religion, culture, evil, white folks. It's I don't know what to say. And speaking of oil, look at where Nigeria is now. The world is going electric. By the next 10 years, oil will fade out. In London now, most places now are now turning electric. So tell me, by the time the whole world, the global world turns into electric car, hybrid cars, what's going to happen to the Niger Delta? The oil that's been pumped from Nigeria, are they going to start drinking it?
We used to do electricity.
Me, I will look for a contract to start selling straw for them so that they can use that straw to finish the oil themselves, because I don't get it.
So if they bring all this let's assume, because me, I just want to be optimistic that someday we will get to see the masquerades and the festivals travel around the globe, whether people are coming there or they also travel to different countries where they display the show and the culture and tell the stories. Is it something that you most likely attend if it ever came to England?
Yo-yo. If that, like Sam said, if I happen to be in Nigeria and those festivals are going on, me attending doesn't mean I believe in it, but I will definitely attend and appreciate my culture. I would definitely attend.
So you think it's okay to have like economic value out of it? So like you buy tickets.
Absolutely. People that go to Caribbean, that go to Jamaica for their carnival, is it not economical part of the supporting exactly? Is it not?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, of course. Already they are having the Osun Festival in Nigeria every year, and you see a lot of white people trooping down there to go and attend this festival. I've never been, but if I'm opportune to be in Nigeria at the time that this thing is going on, trust me, I will be there. I will be there.
Interesting perspective. This is good. That's interesting. Somebody is saying that yoga is actually from Asia. I used to think it was an Asian thing.
I think I was reading somewhere that the genesis, it has to be something linked with Africa. But when I get my facts right, maybe next time I'll share the information. But I think I read something that says it came from Africa. But let's leave it as it is. But my point is, we should try and see how we can monetize this thing and then bring economic value. It will create more jobs for the people around, within those localities and so on and so forth. Like like I said, go to Trinidad during the carnival. A lot of people around the globe travel there to go and see those fine ass ladies dancing. So if we're doing the same thing, why just costumes and we invite people from all over the world to come and see how we celebrate our own culture? Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, that's exactly.
What's wrong with that?
The problem behind is that the people in our land, that's the people in Africa now, Nigeria, whatever, they see it as bad. So it's like, how can we change this mindset to say
mindset?
This is money you are looking at.
This is money.
This is currency. Because you have people are graduating from school every year. People are being forced to read engineering or doctor or whatever those common things that people read in Nigeria are. But there is a diverse, like the mind. There's so much you can do with the mind.
There's so much you can do. Absolutely, you're right. So much.
And I don't, man. I think that's also right.
This you're dressing tonight. I think I'm gonna have a nightmare. This is your juju kind of.
This is not juju. This is priestess of Advan.
Yes, and this is for the Odogo wine. Wrong woman. After I worked there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a very beautiful somebody.
Yeah, very beautiful somebody. Yesterday, I tell you, ladies, when we were at the museum yesterday, at the African section of the whole museum, it was so much. We're planning to go to the slave museum at some point in over the next couple of weeks, and we'll bring more information. I've been to that one before because I used to walk very close to that place. I've been there before, but even at that, there's so much information at the museum about slavery. It's it's amazing.
That's
but anyway.
You have the opportunity. I don't know if you've seen this series, Netflix series, Journey of an African Colonial.
Oh, I saw it. It was beautifully made. I can, it's something you watch over and over and you never get bored of it.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. But anyway, nice talking to you, ladies.
Thank you so much.
I leave you so that someone else can come and share their own thought and opinion about this African voodoo.
Very complex one. Thank you, Amati.
No worries. Bye, ladies.
Yeah. So we know that there are non-Nigerians that also watch. That you may be in the comment section.
You can even
come and talk something. Come and talk about your African. If people have festivals there, and people pay to go and watch the festivals and all that stuff.
So I'm clicking on the comment on the screen. This is was made by Ivoke 11 months ago when we shot our Halloween related video last year, and they said this was a comment. It's all regarding the same topic we're talking about, and so they said Halloween, it's not really our thing. Truly, Halloween is a pagan festival, and it will be right to say it has idolatry in it. But funny enough, some Christians celebrate it as well because it's the time the poor can actually go to the rich and ask for treats, which is food. So like trick or treat. I did some research on it a couple of years ago, work related on diversity. I was made to present it on our community conference meeting. Halloween or Samhain, or whatever that's pronounced, is a pagan religious festival originating from an ancient Celtic spiritual tradition. In modern times, Samhain, a Greek word pronounced Samhain, is usually celebrated from October 31st to November 1st to welcome in the harvest and usher in the dark half of the year. Celebrants believe that the barriers between the physical world and the spirit world would break down during Samhain, allowing more interaction between humans and the dead. Nigerians celebrating it is another thing. I would say copycat, as long as it's what's happening overseas, we can do it there, trending, without even knowing or understanding what we are celebrating. For example, a celebrity will wear a stage outfit. Nigerians or the rest of the world will wear it on a regular day, and which is what the copycat thing is about. I know some of them understand this. They won't. I know if some of them understand this, they won't be in a hurry to celebrate it. But that's the person's own
opinion from our last year's video, right?
So I think it looks like the 40% they don't want to call in today because we put in a lot of links. Come and tell us why. What's going on? Why did you vote as you are a child of God? You don't celebrate either Juju or the Halloween or masquerade or whatever.
Yeah, because what I'm saying, with the way the internet is going, people that are non-Africans will come to Africa and package these festivals. They will package it, they will rebrand it, and they will sell it back to us. They will sell it back. They will customize it to the way it will look very glamorous, and they will sell it back to us. Again, we will have to start consuming again. So
maybe it's until the Igbo people say it's good, then Africans will say yes, it's good. Maybe that's the cue they're waiting for.
Well, because we don't understand. Personally, I think my advice to all those festivals, all those masquerades that will be flogging people, you are just doing yourself. You are doing yourself, or be excluding women. We are not making any monetary value out of it. Customize it, make it as a business. Have tickets, sell it for shows, let people go. If they are custodians of the land, like leaders or people who are historians in the land, write a book, or you sit down, let somebody tell the story, let people write the book, let people also make audio copies of those books And then people can pay and come and listen. And come and listen. It's part of your identity of you telling your stories. You know? Toby say let them come and explain to us why, as children of God, we should not monetize our masquerade. I'm just saying, masquerade is somebody who's wearing mask and, you know, displaying something.
And don't forget, it's always a human being behind it.
Yes.
Underneath that mask is a human being.
Remember the article I just read from the Cameroonian, when they flogged the Juju. They flogged the Juju, they cried. Juju chest and said, "Nehi."
Juju also refused medical service. He fell down again. And he don't know that they are all human beings.
He didn't say that the masquerade they were drinking. Since the prince was late.
Speaking of the gods, that you go on Instagram, guys. So we should know.
And all those things. Why not? I'm just saying.
40% of the 40%, you don't want to call him. We'll soon end the show.
We'll soon end the show. And well,
we're going to add Toby because Toby is the last person in the background. We'll just gist with Toby since nobody wants to come behind.
Toby, we are looking for Dominic. We not see Dominic here.
Dominic not come for
Dominic.
I hope she's all right.
Because the Cameroonian person that also wrote the article that we read earlier at the beginning.
Samuel, you are perfectly right. If Chinese people understand this culture, they will monetize.
Yes,
I mean, we're already selling hair back to us. Anyways.
I think there's somebody that said, I think it was Phyllis. I think it was Adoma.
It's a long conversation.
Yes, so this is my very good friend, Ghanaian friend. And she said, very insightful discussion. Sharing from my 6-year stay in China, students are frequently made to visit tourist sites, including visiting a statue of Buddha. On one of such trips, I was amazed how Chinese patronize these sites.
In fact, because we also go and eat Chinese food or any Asian food in general, and they will have their statues in their restaurants. Africans, Nigerians, why are you eating from that place?
I'm just exactly
with Buddha staring you in the face.
I'm just saying, like, why can't we just make money? How can we make economic value out of this? And I'm not talking of diabolical things. So you're using to go and be doing punishing
There's
people.
evil in everything.
So let me chime in, guys. So part of what I was saying before, right? There is spirituality and there is culture. Okay. Now back to the Europeans. So when they came, they used their religion, that they brought, and to do a lot of things. We already know that story. Now, when they left us with the spirituality of it.
What do you mean they left us with the spirituality?
I am going to explain. I'm glad you asked. So they left us with the spirituality. That's all we got right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we have. Spirituality, spirit coco, spirit jim. That is, and I used to live in that world. I grew up in church, guys. I grew up there. I'm still, I haven't lost my faith. I'm a Christian, like I've said several times on the show. But when I left Nigeria, I left that echo chamber of constant brainwashing. One person standing up there and talking to this massive number of people from a book that he does not even understand. They forget that all of the book is not God, and all of God is not in the book. You see what I'm saying? So, but we pretend like everything there is to know about this world is in that book or any of the books you use, depending on your religion.
Yeah.
You see, so that is just ignorant. And so the spirituality is all we got right now. And the country is going to shit. I mean, there is crime everywhere. There is chaos everywhere. All we do is pray and fast and pray and fast and do revivals and fill up the stadiums.
That's already getting me. It's so getting me upset.
Toby, but you see, and that is why it is famous when people come for Nollywood or the music, because those are the people that are showing part of the culture. That's
exactly.
Did you see that Larry Daga's new song, Egedege?
I saw it. I've seen it. I mean, that was a powerful song. Even Levels by Flavor. Levels by Flavor. That is amazing. I love songs like that. That's what we're talking about. That's so, and I see that shift happening. The older generation, they've done a lot of brainwashing, but now the younger ones are saying, no, we're in the era of the internet now. There is more knowledge, there is more information that is flowing. I was in Times Square the other day, sometime last year, a couple of months ago. I was coming from Boston, then made a stopover in New York. I saw Davido's image on a billboard on Times Square. I was like, whoa!
Tiwa Savage has
Yeah. Now that is what we're talking about. Look at Afrobeats now. Afrobeats has gone global. I drive on the streets of LA. I'm hearing Afrobeats on my radio.
There is no day that goes by without essence.
I know. It's amazing. I'm at a stoplight. I'm at the red lights. My windows are down. The car next to me, who is not a Nigerian, is jamming to Afrobeats.
Exactly.
Even here, like I
went to the farmer's market. And we're getting ice cream.
Yeah.
And the Asian guy in his car, proper Burna Boy song.
He was
Can
jamming.
you imagine?
We looked at him, but we didn't want to look strange. Like, why are you listening?
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming to the world.
Guys, real quick, the other day, I think few weeks ago, Burna Boy was at Hollywood Bowl. That's my neighborhood. That's literally like 30 minutes from where I live.
I know.
Do you know what Hollywood Bowl is?
Yeah,
Like if you have a show at Hollywood Bowl, like you are big. I don't care what anybody says.
I know.
You know,
Hollywood Bowl, like,
we are big.
You are big. That's what we're talking about. Taking the culture. But you know what's funny? What's funny though is because there are two things. Primarily religion is the first one, is the major one that is killing us. So instead of people doing the thinking, I'm waiting for these guys to call in. I call them I think Ella called them the 48%. So I'm waiting for them. The 40%. Okay. Oh, okay. So they should come.
You want people to call in. They say where you invite. I want.
We will give you virtual small chops.
There's a way you will talk them. You will give them ego.
Virtual small chops. I'm actually
we
serious.
Have puff.
We have
egg.
Do they think I'm just wait?
I would like for us, seriously, guys, I would like for us to have an educated conversation about this. Let them come and tell me why they think it is wrong as God's children. So we cannot be Christian and celebrate culture at the same time, especially when it comes to the economic value of this culture, which is what we're talking about. So it is really, really sad where we're at. But I see a lot of change. I see progress. I mean, Nigeria is on the world map.
Yes.
Burna won the Grammy, and all these guys. So we're getting there. When things are changing, and I see that.
The entertainment industry, they are doing a fantabulous work.
Yeah.
Oh yes. And you gotta give it. And speaking of which, you gotta give it to those guys. In spite of all the difficulty of living in that country, the government, and the SARS and all those people, they will confiscate your phone and they will destroy. Those guys are still hustling. They are still trying. I mean, it's powerful what they've done. I'm always inspired. I mean, listen to their lyrics, man. Jeez. It's amazing. It's powerful. It's powerful. Yeah.
And you know that there are some non-African channels on YouTube that also break down the song, and even when they don't understand, they have Nigerians in the comment section of their channel explaining it to them, breaking it down to them.
Wow.
That's the power when you tell your story and then you make economic value out of it.
Let me give you an example. When I was growing up, back in the day, I was a little kid. I still remember when Fela Anikulapo, who is like the grandfather of Afrobeats, when he used music to talk about the ills of society and to talk about, and then he went abroad at the same time. And he talked about it, and he thrashed those world leaders. Whether it was what was going on in Nigeria or what's going on in South Africa. Animal won't dash me my property. All those kind of songs. United Nations, waiting unite inside United Nations. And then he talks about all the fake ass leaders like Margaret Thatcher and all these butter guy and all these things. But you know what's funny? If you were going to church then, all the pastors focused on was the smoking and the womanizing. They ignored the message This man.
Because they are profiting from the corruption. I say, I think, Toby, you know what? I think Yo-Yo and I were saying that tomorrow. You want us to do that?
Wait, before we get there, see, Toby, I know what you're talking about. See, Toby, I think the first time I went to the USA, right? I went there for my master's in Texas. I define like something related to Niger food now, you know. I mean, so what is the closest now? Somebody can call Chipotle. So I went inside there and they get rice, beans, and all those things.
Yeah.
Who was playing there? Bella. I remember this was like way back. I said, we be seeing that they play for this thing. See, all the cops, all of them that came to buy food, I saw their head they move. Sauce. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and so the point I was trying to make is that you can now see where the brainwashing has taken place. Instead of these people, these religious leaders, those who have my thing is always on those who have influence on the masses.
Yes.
You have the bully pulpit. Use that bully pulpit to inform, to enlighten, to educate, to speak truth to power. Now you have a man in his own unique way is passing that message across and is selling the culture to the rest of the world, is exposing corruption, and all you choose to focus on is his lifestyle. Wow. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. It is so sad. But guess what? In 2021, you and Ella, where are we right now?
We're in the reality where
the same sermon Fela was preaching way back in the day. We are living that sermon. And all those preachers that condemned him, the sermon they preached, where are those sermons today?
Private jets, they can't hear you.
That is so sad. That is okay. You know, I think I see Samolu there. So I'll keep quiet for now.
Okay, I want to come in. Like you got. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Like you were saying the other thing that you on the streets of New York you hearing African Afro music and all those. One day I was about 2 or 3 years ago. I think I tweeted about it. I was going to work and I heard Afrobeat. I think it was Whiskey playing from somebody on. It was during summer, so it was very hot. So I heard the Afrobeat on the street. Somebody was driving, coming behind me. And I looked back, it was an open roof. A white lady playing Afrobeat, which is Whiskey, louder on the street, not in on the main street, within the street, very quiet street. So you can hear the music everywhere. So everybody was looking, and it was a white lady, with an open roof, very exotic car. And I was, in my mind, I was so happy. I said, oh my God, can you imagine? Afrobeat. And, in my area, so many Asian shops, some shops selling designer stuff. I will enter the shops, I'll be hearing Afrobeat, different kinds of Afrobeat, Davido, Whiskey, Burna Boy, and all other Afrobeat. That is the power of being uniqueness. There was a time that in Nigeria that when we go to parties, that they play American hip hop and all those stuff.
Oh yes.
And then Nigerians are coming up. Some of them styles they were trying to be singing like them. Yeah. Do you know they didn't get all this fame or popular until we begin to show our uniqueness?
Absolutely.
Singing in pidgin, mixing Yoruba language with your music. Speaking Igbo to sing the song, Hausa, that is when we go global because it's unique. You cannot be like forming an accent that you don't speak. You get what I'm saying. It's true.
Sorry, those of us that we don't take for Yankee, the accent, we can't help it. So
no, I'm not talking about you. It's not for you. I'm talking about those.
I know. I'm just messing with you. I know.
You see Nigerian footballer that maybe they just signed him a year ago. He came to UK. And he now decided to interview him. And you begin to see in it. Like I've been here for 6 years now. At least I don't have the accent. In fact, my daughter, last 2 weeks, I wanted to go and do my naturalization. So I wanted to go, and so my daughter now said, and I said, he saw me dressing and said, Daddy, where are you going? Why are you wearing suits? I said, I want to go and do. They said, oh, do you want me to come with you? I said, for what? She said, do you want to become a British citizen? We didn't hear your accent. How are you going to speak British accent today? I said, have I been speaking the British accent? I will speak the normal English I've been speaking. She's not.
Yes.
She's
I just nailed it. Yeah.
That's your English. You're speaking your African English. I said, everybody, we just, burst into. So when I came back and I said, oh, I've done it. My daughter said, you are still not a British. You are still speaking that your African English. So, so
yeah,
we just joke about it. That was, she just, we just, so, you see people, then when we try to present our music, we try to, package it in their own language. We are not getting the recognition we need. We are not getting the accolade that we deserve until when we begin to be natural, using our own language. Write song in Pidgin, mix it with Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, and that is, the uniqueness of the Afrobeat, and that is what, has really helped Afrobeat. Now you can't talk about it. You can't be doing Nigerian part. I've been playing. I don't even know most of American rapper now, except the old generation of the 50 Cent, Snoop Doggy, and those ones. But the new generation ones, those new ones, I don't even know them. I only know the old ones that I grew up with. You get what I'm saying? It's all about Afrobeat, and that is the same thing about this culture we're talking about. Packaging it, and because it's unique. There is a uniqueness to it. You will see that it's even more acceptable. Our culture and this is more acceptable in South America, in West Indies, which is Caribbeans, and all those than even us that are at home. And it's a deliberate act, because the way Christianity is now, the way it's been monetized, it's the way they are cashing out.
Pandora Papers. Pandora Papers. I will say more than that. 2 words. Pandora Papers. That's it.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Pandora's Papers. And those Pandora's Papers are for the biological children, not the spiritual children.
They are the productive ones. They are very productive. The unproductive ones, they fired them. Remember, they fired the unproductive people?
Yeah, unproductive. Yeah, exactly.
People want to open a Pandora of things right now.
The Pandora box has been opened. It's too late. It's already open.
I think I'm so proud of all the Nigerian artists and the actors and their authenticity. That's what myself and Ella used to always say. When you're authentic, you create your own tribe and you attract lots of people. And when I say create your own tribe, I'm not talking about tribe in the literal sense of things. I'm talking about people that share the same mentality. People are curious, even though they don't share the mentality. They're like, why? Where is this person from? Let me go and research where this person is from. Why this person? Which part of the world? I've never heard this, but I can feel it. That's what music does to you. And it's only the entertainment industry in Nigeria that is promoting this culture.
Because if you look at it, what else do we have?
My
CRS teacher used to say in those days that when the oil would dry up from Nigeria, that's when we really know what's going on.
And some people have come to say, it's because people are not living abroad now. That's why people are not culture. I cannot fake this thing. Now like this I been now when I did GS2 that time for Benin.
Even if say that when they
wait for presentation now when I did Benin, I had drama. It was part of the assignment. That time they told us about the Benin Kingdom.
Yeah, we went to the museum. When you go into GS1, they will take you the first week. You will go to the palace.
I go for excursion for Togo now. We drove from Benin City through the border, everything. When I go before those things, I go Togo. Now the mosquito bite me. Somebody say if you are very dark, the mosquito is not going to suck your blood, not going to bite.
Why wouldn't the mosquito
like them? All of us use hands. I'm just saying, so we've
we've always been knowing about this whole culture, and that's what Samolu was saying, that they took history, our cultural history, out of our curriculum.
And it is deliberate. Nigerian leaders know that if history is not taught, then they can do whatever they want to do.
Yes.
Exactly. Exactly.
Sorry for not being president. They want to go political.
Ella. Ella wants to go there. Ella wants to go there.
Because the history, we don't have it now. So the custodians of them that are still alive, the custodians of the land, the good ones, let me use the word, the good ones and the objective ones, even though you cannot write with your hand, sit down. There are people that have gone to school, that they've learned, they've taught them about this whole act and all this. Sit down, tell your story. They will write it down. There will also be audio recording. If you want to speak and you speak the language, there will also be audio recording. And you can sell it, make money out of it. I mean, then it spreads everywhere, because there's been migration. Migration will continue to go on. Me, I said it too. If I cannot really speak my language very well, my children, where I go for this country, Pidgin English, they will be knowing it from the womb. As you come and you must know those things. Because when I go out and I see people, like I see the Chinese speaking Mandarin, I see Russians, they will speak the language. If you don't speak their language, the children will automatically switch to English and say hi or whatever. When they're talking to their parents, they can't speak it.
Because the parents don't speak English with them at home. They speak their language with them, because they know that they're going to learn English at school or in the system anyways. So even for me, look, I grew up in the barracks. My father was in the military, right? So even though I don't take for Yankee, I know that this Pidgin, I want to, I know where I say hold on to. Because the barrack mentality never leave me.
It's true. There's no way you do barrack.
Oh yeah, and those are my formative years. And so even though now I've traveled, but then I still got that part of me. And to the point you guys are making, it is very critical. It is very critical that we begin to talk about these things, because these guys did a number on us. They brainwashed us badly in so many ways. Even the version of the understanding. Think about this. I always ask some of my friends this. Our ancestors, before they had the first copy of the Bible or Quran landed on our shores, what will happen to them? God just throw them all in hell, depending on your belief system about that, because they didn't. The point is, there will always be good and evil. There will always be people use different sources to connect with the spiritual. In that day, there were bad people, there were good people. In this day, even with religion, there are good people and there are bad people. So that will always be the case. It has nothing to do with whether you're a Muslim or whether you're a Christian. We're talking about your origin, your culture, your heritage. And we're talking about monetizing. We're talking about selling, promoting this culture to the rest of the world, and to deconstruct the colonizers' narrative about our culture. That's what we're talking about. The deconstruction of the colonizers' narrative about our culture. That everything African is evil. The missionaries that came in the 60s and the 70s from America was a Johnny come lately when it comes to the impact they had over us. It was usually the Europeans. But when Americans preachers started coming, you need to watch. I watched some of the videos of their promo videos that they will send to their donors back in America to generate funds. These people went and created all these our African practices, the things that we do. Either it's tribal marks, tattoo, and things like that. And then they made videos of them, and then they send it to their donors back in America. They say, "Look at them; they're savages. See what they're doing." Meanwhile, wait now. At the same time, what was going on at that time in America? The brutal killing, the lynching of Black people that was going on at the same time in history in America. Oh, but no, that's not that. Let's not talk about that because they are all God's people. but then we are the savages. So these things feed from all of that mindset. And it's time we began to deconstruct, we began to de-emphasize the narrative about us, and we begin to talk about us as a people, unique people that God has made in this world, and to sell this culture, to monetize this culture, to inform, to educate, to enlighten. I pray for the day that we'll have leaders who have this understanding, and not just those who want to stockpile money in septic tanks and their cupboards and their wardrobes for their unborn generation. It's ridiculous. It's sad. It's really sad.
Buying the grass of 12, how many millions?
Diezani. Let's just leave her alone. Let's not dignify her with our time.
And you know, one thing about our culture that some of our leaders, our present leaders, politicians, are afraid of is they don't really want to embrace it and make people to embrace it. Is that, you know, there are some aspects of our culture, irrespective if you're Yoruba, Igbo, and this or whatever you come from, that it's instant judgment when you are corrupt, when you do certain things that, you know, they can invoke if you use to swear into office. You know, so those are part of the area that they are so scared of, and they will never allow it to allow everybody to embrace it or give it so much attention that it needed, the opportunity. Because imagine somebody who is, you know, sworn in by Ogun that if I steal money this day, you know, they can invoke the same Ogun to strike you down when you start stealing.
That's what. Sorry, Samolu, real quick. Sorry, guys. Jerry Rollins in his day there's a video he made. Jerry, former Ghanaian president, Jerry Rollins. So JJ, So he was saying that he was giving an interview to some Western reporter, and then he goes, you know, you guys come here with your theories and with your books and your, you know, whatever you think you can just tell us. So he said, that's why. He said, look at your country, look at what's going on. He said, now here, right, you guys want to become president, political leader over there in your country, you place your hand on the Bible, you swear, and then you get in there, you're still corrupt. You're still, you know, you're still stealing money, you're still mistreating people. He said, no, let's not do that. I will take you to my shrine in my village here. Both of us, let's go and swear to the God in the shrine. And if they burn you well, go against what you swore, then you will know which one is the true God. There's a video like that on YouTube that he made. So I just want to buttress your point, Samolu.
Exactly. So thank you, Toby, for that, you know, reference. So these are some of the things that they are so scared of, because, you know, fellas once also talk about it, that, you know, you swear by the Bible, because there's a lot of grace in Christianity and in Islam, you know. There's a lot of grace.
There's a lot of grace.
Yes. If it's not God, I'll
pay penance. I'll pay penance.
Our ancestors, forgiveness.
And that is why you have a lot of Nigeria that say, I am God fearing. I put something on Facebook yesterday. I said, God fearing has never made any man to be faithful, not to be a cheat, not to be corrupt. The only thing that makes somebody is to be self-disciplined. So, because I have met atheists in this part of the world, a lot of atheists, white people who are not religious, who are so straightforward, they are not corrupt, they don't cheat. They don't
happily married, having great relationships, successful in business, they have money. What are we talking about?
So I was talking about something on most Nigerian ladies, they will be saying, I'm looking for a God-fearing man. God-fearing man. Every Nigerian is a God-fearing man.
Down there. Go choke you.
God-fearing man is much.
But in our culture, before the Christianity and Islam, we're not saying we are God-fearing. We call it Omoluabi in Yoruba. If you're Omoluabi means somebody that has integrity, somebody that is honest, somebody that is straightforward. That is what Yoruba call Omoluabi. We don't say this person is God-fearing, because you see that phrase has been so bastardized. So that is some aspect of our culture that, you know, you don't look at people because he says I'm a Christian or because I'm a Muslim. You now have to deal with it. See, when I was working in the banking industry, in fact, under me, 3 staff that have been sacked under me, these are very serious Christians. It's not that I'm trying to, you know, make anybody look bad. One was an usher. He always tell me, we need to close on time. We have a prayer meeting. We have this. Another one was a choir leader. They stole money. You know, we call something called integrity test. Integrity test is that I can send a customer to come and pay money to you. I will put extra money, but the customer will feel the, let's say I gave the customer 105,000 naira, and we feel the teller as 100,000. The customer will give you and look away as if it's not serious. Maybe he's looking as he's busy on his phone, and you count the money and you say it's 105, and this person put 100K. You will see some of those tellers were caught on CCTV. Some were not. Some we have not even started using CCTV. But when we check their cubicle, we find those extra money. So they will just steal the money. 3 people that fell under in my 9 years of experience that have been sacked under me, directly under me. These are people that they will always tell me, I have the prayer meeting, I have this, I have the, and I will tell them. Those are the people that failed. The one that we go to club together, that after we go to club, they've never stole a penny.
Yeah.
And I am because
and they will still go and give tithes. They will give tithes out of that stolen money.
The one that we always go to club together, they never stole a penny. But those ones that claim to be very, really, church person, very religious, church people. In fact, they are all Christian. All these people that were sacked, no single Muslim among them. And I had Muslims that work under me. So it's you can't use religion to come and tell me. In fact, the moment I want to do anything with you and you show me that you are a religious person, that's a red flag to me. That's a red flag. The moment I see you, I feel I already this one is a scam. You think you want to use religion? No, that's not possible.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand where that mindset is coming from, right? Like, the older generation, every time companies wanted to hire, they will reach out to churches in the community and they will say, send us one of your best, send us a God-fearing person. We need that. That's where that mindset came from. Yeah, they used to do that. They used to do that back in the day.
Yeah. We also bring out something for a Nigerian back present, and they will ask you for a religion. I'm like, okay, what does my religion have to do with opening account?
Let me add this thing. I think, and also when we're talking about leaders, for people who come and watch later, leaders from all aspects. So leaders in the community, leaders in the village, leaders that go for all the meetings, leaders at the government level, at the local level, at the home front, at the village level. If you don't start authentically telling the stories
about people and their identity, there will be identity crisis.
This migration, people will migrate from the West and come and collect stories, package it, put it in their curriculum. You will pay for fees. You will pay for.
You will come and have bachelors in African studies.
I'm telling you.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah. So, and that is part of that's part of the solution that we need to be looking at. What is the way forward? What is the way forward from here? As a people, and you nailed it. Community leaders. I mean, the political leaders, they have a huge responsibility. I mean, the Ministry of Arts and Culture, I wonder what the heck they do there. I wonder.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery. There you go.
They're just there to award contracts
They all cut ribbons.
Well, I saw a video this week of some governor. Was it Ganduje in the north? He was washing, these power hoses. He was washing a car with a power hose or something. And as he was doing that, and they were all clapping, I'm like, Jesus, who did we offend?
Yeah, I think they said he commissioned a car washing. Somebody just opened a car washing center. He went to commission it. Can you imagine?
Unbelievable. and that tells you exactly where we're at. So now let me point out this very critical point. What cultural centers are we building? Cultural enlightening centers all over. This is not to pick on churches. Why is it that every available land in a church they buy them? Why?
Oh, Toby,
that discussion will be on tomorrow.
Toby,
what tomorrow, Abi? That's I don't read in a script. I don't read in a script. I don't hack in a script. No.
You and Samolu and Omoti,
I don't. We are very spontaneous.
No, and that's one on Common Sense Sisters. That's what I love about you guys. You guys are tackling real issues that are destroying our society, and that's what I love about it. Why is it that? Yes, go ahead.
There's no way that on a platform that is called common sense, that has to do with common sense. There's no way you will not be able to predict some of the topics they will bring, because you yourself,
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
by the time you're talking, you just be going to
The
all those
connections.
areas.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. And that's the point I was making. Common sense sisters. Why is it? Let's ask ourselves, why is it that every land, every building, it is church, it is mosque that are buying them? Why?
Do you know that?
Why?
Oh my goodness. I love agege bread. Agege bread, the one I even love the most is Ghana sweet bread. I call it agege bread.
Yeah.
We
Same
go
here.
to the bakery, go buy the bread.
Yeah.
Opposite that bakery is an Italian grocery store where they sell the best beef, quality beef. They have a restaurant in there.
And they've been operating for over 40 years. That's where we buy our premium beef from.
There are those Italian people, their space is huge, big, and very bright.
Very bright lights.
When you enter inside, so they cut meat, go they hungry.
And the men with the season, and then they go to buy.
Only men, well, literally the only women go and buy meat.
I'm listening.
When we finish buying our meat, we go crossroads with cow, of course. Thank God for cow these days. Before on a trek, enter with the trek before. We will enter the place for bread. Darkness and heat everywhere.
Then,
but do you know that beside that Ghana people, 5 churches,
neighbor to neighbor, different African churches there.
Wow.
Indian stuff.
like side by side, right there. Different churches.
I salute Una for making this live stream interesting. In the name of Puff, I come here. And in the name of Egro.
Yo. This is not fair. I know, right? Yo, this is wrong. How can you taunt us with that puff? That is so wrong.
We speak in
I shall wait for you to bring that puff to California. Then we'll eat it live. We'll eat it live. Live on YouTube. I go join in that chop puff by the grace of God. The devil is a liar. I must chop that puff on live YouTube.
For those people that don't understand what egg-roll is buns that they put egg inside to make it a roll.
It's now rolling, and it's rolling.
This egg-roll actually has egg inside.
It's upgraded Scotch egg. Egg-roll is upgraded Scotch egg. I'm only waiting one start, so.
They break and they know what the egg. Now your own you they cut like that. So don't be my own you they cut.
This is egg of life. This is egg of. And they drop.
Has it been sacrificed to the gods?
Egg-roll in Nigeria now has about 1/4 egg. 1/4. Somebody posted on Instagram one time. The egg-roll that we saw is a whole egg there. He bought egg-roll. He couldn't even find the egg. He just saw this. Because the egg is so expensive. One egg in Nigeria now is almost 100 naira, from 70 naira to 100 naira. One single egg like this, not a crate.
Not the crate.
So how much you want to sell egg roll? Egg roll go cost about 150 now. Can you imagine?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now they go use to make the egg roll like
Now
this.
If you see half egg, You buy in go slow, you are lucky. It's because the person that will sell to you, the moment he sell to you, he don't disappear, go to another place because he knows what you're about to what you're about to discover. You want to get a refund. So the moment he sell to you, collect money, you don't tell risk. Go to another place. Because how do you want to buy an egg roll for 70 naira or 100 naira and you want to find a whole egg inside when they are selling egg for 70 naira? How did they make their profit? I don't know. It's so bad. It's so bad now. And I don't miss those egg roll when I was schooling in Ife. And when I entered, I would buy one egg roll, one coke. You know, that's the combo. As you're on the journey, you know, you just be using that to cool down.
And the culture, man. Egg roll. If you have somebody that's never eaten egg roll, meet a Nigerian. Meet a Nigerian. Ask them, how is it possible that egg will be in a roll?
It's a mystery. It's a mystery. The mystery of the egg roll.
What we're saying is tomorrow. Well, this Obodo is not doing her live tomorrow, and to be where we usually go and bench on Sundays for live videos. We're deciding, or rather, we have decided to do the spiritual abuse segment tomorrow. And tomorrow
this one, Dominic's supposed to show. This one I should not show today.
Maybe she will come on YouTube tomorrow now. I don't know.
Wait, like another live YouTube session tomorrow?
I think no. Is that we do it tomorrow or we can make it next Saturday?
Or another topic next Saturday.
I see. Okay.
Which one? Let me ask Amolu and Toby. Which one do you both prefer? Wait.
Me, I have never eaten.
You never eaten egg roll?
We have to go to London.
So Tola, you've not.
We have to travel to London.
So
what are you going to do about this? Because
I can't remember if I've eaten it either. I think I might have. Way back in Niger. Yeah.
So
I might have.
when you get egg roll in Canada, who made it?
We have to tell them the truth.
We should tell them the truth. You start with the truth, but the truth in your head might be different from my own.
These common sense sisters, one thing people know and don't know about us is that whatever we like, we create.
Really?
In the name of the Most High God, who sees all truths. Now we off an egg roll. What else again? Tell them the other truths.
We have a food business.
Yeah.
It's called and yesterday somebody ordered egg roll, so we use the opportunity to make egg roll for our own stuff at home.
Wow, great! So you guys are not just YouTube influencers; you are entrepreneurs as well. That is amazing. Wow.
Sometimes, you know, I mean, we go to work, we come back, maybe the people have already placed the order on the website. You know,
so
we have to do everything fresh and then go and deliver. So even if the rain was falling heavily yesterday, the person already ordered like tray of meat pie, tray of fish pie, tray of puff.
Wow.
Because in the normal day,
so we came back from work, we got to do it, man, and go and deliver it on time.
Wow, that's good. That's the spirit. That's good.
So we made it ourselves.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you guys are content creator. You prefer. And you see, you do your normal 9 to 5 job.
You have a day job, yeah.
The culture.
Now the work what we did.
Now the culture.
Even Peru done the para for this one. Peru para.
You ladies are the real cash out queens in Canada. Really cash in. You just use common sense to the cash out.
Yes, we are using
Come on.
To make funds,
you know, even me for work, when you reach time, they say, what is that way they cost? The people, they bring different food.
From your culture.
No, they just say bring food. I've been Toby, you know this, they did a lot in Yankee now, when people bring different foods and they just come to work.
Potluck, yeah.
Oh, yeah! Let me give you one gist. You know that some added, some people say you can't carry swallow to work for lunch and all those things. I understand. Why would you understand? Swallow has an effect on you. You can eat and be sleepy. So this time I tell my office people, this one back there, I tell them, say, man, there is this rice. called dawa rice. It's made with locust bean.
We call it dawa.
You know, they put it in some of our soups, some of our Nigerian soups too. You know, the aroma is very, people say poignant. No, I say it's very tantalizing. These people were daring me that I cannot bring such to the office. I went in search of dry fish, and then the dawa is there. I make the dawa rice, and I took it to the office for lunch.
Wow, with the smell.
People when they
you, that's not fair.
I don't like the smell of pizza, but people eat pizza. I don't like the smell of cheese, but people eat cheese.
I understand, yeah.
Is this fish? I'm in the break room. Is this fish? I say yes, fish and locust bean, very delicious and all this.
That's the one way of showing your culture.
Yes, I call it. This is
locust beans, I mean.
I won't lie.
To the office, I have given puff to my co-workers for Christmas. The package, I did not know that my boss at the time took it. This one a white man to his mother-in-law. My puff has traveled that far. Yeah, together for Christmas. What's it they call that? Meat pie. There's other people that like shin. You know, and they carry they go office. What it be? And they shop. So after people say, oh, you have to do a class now where you teach some of our wives or whatever. I said, I don't know all those, I have to teach all those things. But you know, that was like some couple of years ago. What am I saying? Everybody rest. Those who don't want shop for break room, they come on, but the dawa rice came, it was eaten and it was conquered.
And we have belly food.
They did not dare me next time now. And I was really hungry for the dawa rice. And it's very neat. Local rice. I mean, if you're eating your pizza and you want it and the cheese is upsetting my stomach.
President, you will not be available for tomorrow's spiritual abuse.
I want Amaka. Is it Amaka Nwosu? Amaka, right? Yes, I think she's the one talking about voodoo so much. So I wanted her to come explain to us. I understand.
Next week now.
Yeah, okay, I see. Because she's been talking about voodoo so much, and I wanted her to come explain. I'm sure she's one of those 40% people that voted. We're children of God.
Should we do culture shock tomorrow?
Oh, I don't know. If
we should just keep it to Saturday.
We can keep it for Saturday.
Wait, it's up to you people.
What do you think?
What do you all think? Should we retain the Saturday, or because I know say?
I think the Saturday is great. That's my personal opinion. It kind of gives us something to look forward to. That's how I start my day before I start to do all the most bars. So
okay, and the time is good for us here in UK because by the time we just got back from our outing and I have relaxed for like I think 2 hours before you ladies started, and it's a perfect time. That is if there is no Nigerian Owambe, because I've not really seen the Nigerian party so much because of the people are just coming out of the pandemic. It's just very unfortunate. I love to go to Owambe. It's one of those things that it's part of the culture that we export to this part of the world that really make us unique and amazing. Because you have seen other parts of the other people from like the Caribbeans, other people from Caribbean, blacks from Caribbean, who are also in this part of the world. When they go to Nigeria, they feel that sense of belonging. So is this how you do the party? And they really enjoy it and they like it. I remember 2-3 years ago, my mother-in-law was doing her birthday, 70 years birthday. So we used a particular hall, and one of the security guys there is a Caribbean guy. So he now asked for food, and I said, no, go and take it. They will give you. So he said because he's busy, he couldn't. So I arranged to get him food. He now said he would like to take a drink. I said, but you're working, you're security, will you be able to take alcohol? He said, well, if I couldn't take it, maybe just give me a drink, anything. So I gave him a drink. I now gave him a bottle of alcohol, NSC, one bottle that have not been opened. The guy was shocked. He said, a bottle of, the guy was shocked. He said, come on. He said, is it for me? I said, yes, because you work, you can just take it home and go so that you won't be drunk on duty. He said, you know what? He said, I don't know how you after Nigerians do your parties. He said, I've witnessed a lot of Nigerian parties. He said, here, the white people come for parties. When they serve you, they put a wine on each table. the others, they will get some bartender or someone that will be here by the side, will be selling the alcohol. You have to pay to. He said, how do you guys make money? You just, I cannot get a single bottle. Only my a bottle. He said, I can see the way the alcohol is so much everywhere. You know, he said. It's like anytime I see Nigeria coming here today, I always love it because I love the culture and everything, the way they do.
Yeah. Nigeria, we're very hospitable people.
Yeah.
Very, very hospitable. It's very rare to go and visit in Nigeria, and before you go sit down, they will ask, what can I offer you? That's one beautiful thing about the Nigerian culture. What can I offer you? Will you take this drink? Will you eat? I don't know whether some people, when they migrate, they leave that part.
They leave them more because there are people that want to visit them. Nothing. And that's the last time.
They say because we chef, now they expected us to come out.
That's last time.
That's last time. It's not fair. So like I guess
But great topic, guys. Honestly, great. I love this topic today. And,
yes, great one.
And to the point we're making, I know. Okay, so since you guys are putting it for next week, we might as well just kind of set the tone. And what I was trying to say is that, it is time people,
Toby, this is your response, please.
Yes, I am one of the 40% Jare, but
I wanted to
my eyes see power and power way past power. So I'm overhyped about this topic.
Wait, make I read. Wait, I never read that. Make I read.
When I read that, I know here.
Yes, I know people.
Please leave Madam
President Amaka is focused on the dark side.
Can she come online to come and talk about it so that you can really express yourself? Amaka, please, I'm begging you, please come on board now.
I really wanted her to come. But the only response, since she replied me, the only response I'll give to that is to say, we're not comparing powers. We're not comparing powers. I believe in the power of God. I'm a Christian. I pray to God.
Exactly. You're not like you're not like me. If it is me now, they will say, "Oh, this one don't go away."
No, I'm not.
You should see from your own perspective.
I have prayed. I have seen ridiculous answers to prayer in my personal life as well. And so I'm not going to sit here and try to say that's not what we're talking about, though. So what we're talking about is celebrating this culture, our culture, masquerade, whatever you want to call it, and then exporting it to these Western countries and monetizing it for economic value or whatever. That's what we're talking about. Now, what I think she's talking about is, which is the way many of us were raised, that you cannot mix these two. And I know where it's coming from. They probably quote somewhere in some of the Old Testament where it says, don't necromancy and witchcraft and all these things, and where those things were written, forgetting that in those same writings it says to stone a witch and stone any divination person. Well, we're not stoning them today anymore. It also says if you want to do number two, don't do it inside the house, do it outside the house. Well, many of us are doing number two inside the house now. So because
number
two now. The other okay. Yeah, you don't know number two.
No, I think you said number two, like not like number two.
No. Number one is the easier one when you go into the restroom.
Oh, so, now you go talk number two for
number two is generally known as number two. What I'm saying is that even Moses gave them a law on how to do number two. There were so many laws also. It's there in the Bible. There are so many so many laws about so many things.
There's a law that you can't shave your beard.
You cannot shave your beard. Oh yeah, you can't relate with the dead. You can't all those many things. But guess what though? Now, common sense sisters, I'm not trying to turn this into a church service or Bible study or whatever, but it has to be talked about. Now, when Paul came later, for all my grouse with him, he made it clear that, look, all of those laws, they were getting us ready for the real thing. The real thing is Christ has come, and you don't need all those laws anymore. And then he made one funny point to the I think to the Ephesians, when we're talking about idol worship, which is very critical on this topic. He was saying that if I attend an event where so-called idol is being worshipped, and they offered me food that has been offered to idol, he said, I will eat the food. He said, I will eat the food because for me personally, it doesn't mean nothing to me. It doesn't mean anything. So the point I am making here is that all of this mindset, all of this understanding that we have, it's based on what somebody wrote and how they understood God. So it's funny how we would take that and we're not going to listen to our people, maybe our parents, our grandparents, on how they see the world, on how they view the world, how they view God. So that's what I'm talking about. You can be Christian, you can believe in God, you can pray to God.
Different from culture.
It's completely different, is what I'm saying. So back to my original point, when the Europeans left, we are stuck with the spirituality of the faith. That's all we have right now. That's all we have. We are not using that to actually impact society, which is what drives me nuts. For many years they told us to stay away from politics. Don't get involved. It's for the dirty people. It's for criminals. Well, guess what? Those criminals, you call them, those common career criminals, they run things, and the whole society is in shambles.
Yeah.
And who do we cry to again? We cry back to God to come and save us. The journey of an African colony that you talked about, watch that series. Back in the day, I used to think, and they lied to us.
I watched it on Netflix.
Oh yeah, they lied to us that we negotiated our independence from the Brits. We forced them out. It was through mass protests. I mean, the negotiation, of course, happened in Lancaster House when our leaders went over there and discussed the terms, of the new country that was coming. But on the ground, the market women, the young people, yes, they were the ones. They were the ones that rioted at the notorious Aba women's riots.
Yeah.
And how they killed those women. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So these women, they made the place ungovernable for the Brits. And this was what was happening in the British colonies all over. And then the British were okay, it's time to let these people go. It wasn't like they woke up one day and be like, out of the magnanimity of their hearts, let's let them go. No, it was not like that. But what are we doing today though? All our young people,
I think that's
all our young people, they spend 4 or 5 days in church.
That's the
Praying to God
praying to God to come and save us. Where is the political activism? Where is the enterprising spirit? Where is that ginger that we had, originally? But the age group, the most vibrant age group,
ageism.
I mean,
I always believe that the politician and pastor, they work together. Continue with the brainwashing while we will continue to.
If you've seen King of Boys, which is one of the recent ones from the
Return of the King,
the Return of the King, and the
Pastor
Redefining. It's a clear-cut case.
Yeah.
That's why a pastor can come and stand up today and say, this person is the ordained leader of God. Heck no, you have to vote. What do you mean ordained?
Exactly. That is why you see politicians going to all these churches, going to all these. I will mention their churches, going to their camps, going to their camps, and they give him a mic to address the people. Is an endorsement that this is my candidate. And when you give that such person a platform, he has to, wet ground, something must exchange. Something must exchange, and that is it.
So this
together.
Listen, guys, what is going on right now? It's no different from what happened back in the day. The whole idea of the king, right? So the king was endorsed by the church as God's chosen, right? So whatever he did, it was God that was doing it, and that carried on for many years until the revolutions were started taking place all over Europe.
Yeah.
The one that I loved the most was the French Revolution, where what's his name? Where they chopped off the head of their king, pretty much. Louis the 16th. Yeah, Louis the 16th. The same guillotine that he used to cut off people's head, they put his head there, and they cut off and they destroyed the monarchy and they built a new republic. So that is what we're talking about. But again, today is not the day for the topic. I'm just saying that enough of using every piece of land to build churches. Let's build centers that are going to enlighten science, technology, arts, history, culture. Let people gather in those rooms. It doesn't all have to be about religion.
Yes.
It could be art. Many of us, we quote chapter and verse, and I used to be that person too. We quote chapter and verse, but we don't even know our constitution. We don't know our rights. You can't quote the constitution. You don't know your rights as a Nigerian, but you can quote chapter and verse in book of the Deuteronomy, Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 2, and everybody will clap for you like you have achieved something, like you're doing something great. And you brag, oh, this guy knows about, and they say, if it's not in the Bible, I don't want anything to do. Is it in the Bible? Is it in the Bible? It must be in the Bible. What are you talking about? It's really pathetic when I see these things. So you can quote chapter and verse, but you don't know your rights. You don't know the law.
Tell us story of how you put it onto yam and you put it where you.
I have story.
That story to end this time. But next week, we're going to be talking about spiritual abuse in Africa. There's this popular video that was going around last week of, I don't know, there's a pastor flogging people in the church and they were singing some songs.
Yeah, from Ghana.
Oh, that's the
all the choirs.
They are Ghanaians.
Is it choirs that
they were ordaining new ministers. So they were going to lay hands. Yeah, it was an ordination.
It was
an ordination service.
Okay, were they new ministers? I thought they were choirs.
No, the choir was singing. The choir was singing in the background. So the way, if you go by what the guy was saying, he was testing them to see if they were ready for ministry.
Do you know what? From that video, let me tell you something, please. Let me say something. I forwarded that video to my family group, to my sister. My sister was only concerned because my sister is all these religious people. And I forwarded. She now said, why is he beating the ladies in their bum? I said, that annoys you there. I said, it doesn't even annoy you the fact that somebody is beating somebody in the church. Is that not an abuse? He said, no, there is a way God can, test people. He said, she now make reference to.
Can you imagine?
She now make reference to Pastor Adeboye, that there was a pastor in his church. Okay, sorry. He mentioned one GO in Nigeria. There was a pastor in his church. The pastor committed adultery, and God told the GO to be the pastor. 12 stroke of lashes. And what happened? The pastor never came. He now went away. He said something bad happened to him. He now came back some years later and now said he's ready to receive the lashes. He now said that was then God has changed his mind that he's not going to. I said, oh my Can you see?
I said,
how did they give you all these lies and you just believe it?
My own thing is that in the video about the video, those men deserve the beating. They're just stupid for letting. But the women is what me I have problem with. Why are they beating them in their? Yeah.
Equality. If man is talking lashes, is equality.
I mean,
no, Ella. I get the equality debate. I'm just saying that those men deserve it anyways. They need to be beaten.
Of course, they deserve it. They deserve it.
They're stupid.
When they abuse them, they all deserve what they're getting.
They're stupid for letting another man abuse them like that. That's my own. They deserve it.
Next week we're having. Next week is the spiritual abuse. I like this kind of thing because I really please, if there's any overly religious person here, like. You are like a guy shot on your head.
You need to come next week Saturday
with your church members,
everybody,
with your enemies,
your church minds,
your friends, your church minds. Come with your church. I know
next week Saturday.
Whether you're open-minded or not, just come as you are.
So come here next week 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, aka Toronto time.
put it on your phone to give you.
11 a.m. 11 a.m. Pacific time. Look, I had my own.
7 p.m. GMT. We're going to be dragging
and be listening to people's stories too, because we see, like what Dominic said, like
on the abuse.
Dominic, I know you're going to come back and watch this video because she said something like very, very personal to her. All those things, and she feels like people need to be aware as well. So it would be nice. Go with your story. There's no platform like this on the YouTube street that will allow you to speak your mind.
This is freedom of speech unlocked. I can't wait.
I agree.
For I really
we are just a host and participant at the same time.
I look forward to it. Because I need to, because on some other platforms where we engage in some arguments like this, and we tell them, okay, do you know that in the Bible, which we read, there is nothing like man of God? Oh, what do you mean like that? What do you mean?
Some people want to show us so.
But show me the
but verse. You know, as common sense that we are used to being chewed. Wait till they
show me the verse.
Show me.
Is there anything like general in your Bible, regardless of whether it's Good News, Revised Standard, KJV, all of them, even the Christ himself.
Yo-yo,
he's son of man. He's not a man of God. He's son of. So let me know. Let's not give all my points today.
Yeah.
Next,
you know what I was gonna say real quick is that, I mean, I don't care what anybody calls themselves, but my issue is people have abdicated the responsibility of even engaging the book by themselves to an individual. I had this conversation with a friend this week. Did you know there's a feminist movement in the Bible?
Toby, you will tell us next week.
That one appetizer. I just give you that.
Okay. Yeah, we get somebody, because this feminist thing at the Bible we're talking about is not yet topical. I don't know when Toby.
I don't hack in our phone. I don't hack in our phone. They say on our scripts. That's why.
I don't like when people can read our mind.
How do we go spiritual now?
We go use Juju.
I don't read in our scripts. That's why. No, seriously, all these things are there. All these things are there, but because of the way we have refused to see them, as such, so we take the interpretation that we have been given. You know, and why it is critical for me, guys, is because, see, I wouldn't care what anybody believes. I wouldn't care. Even if you read the book and the book says to go and jump off of a skyscraper, good luck to you. I wouldn't care. But the issue is that the people we consider leaders are going to use that book to advise, to counsel. So when a couple has an argument, the man is going to read the book and say, hey, you two as a woman now, you should learn to be quiet. Hey, you should be calming down. You know, as a woman, you should be calming down. Why is he saying that? He's saying that because of what he thinks he has read in the book. You know, because somebody says, as a real woman of God, you have to be shamefaced, you have to be humble, don't talk too much. Because somebody wrote that some time ago, and now you're now using that to control lives, and we see the result.
But wait, the interpretation. I think the angle where I usually come from, because the intention is, I desire that people will be able to think for themselves. So if you take the Bible as a book that has multiple stories, and you look at it like a regular book you buy in the store, and you read the stories adventurously to learn lessons.
Able to identify people.
There are good parts in it.
Oh yeah,
and there are where there are lessons learned in it.
Definitely,
it's a collection of different things that's happened, and it's still happening, continue to happen. But I think where the problem is that most of our people don't read for themselves and interpret for themselves. I think that's where the challenge is coming from. So then you think that someone who is using this, so they're easily manipulated because they are not taught or encouraged.
So when I remember, great point, Yo. When I was growing up, for instance, if you take the Old Testament,
I think that's where the challenge is coming from. Then that's why they can be easily manipulated, and then they see people at the pulpit as superior or as closer to the Most High.
Yeah.
When you start reading the Bible for yourself, just read it. Like, don't look at it as spirituality. Just read it, and the stories are very interesting.
They are very, very interesting, depending on where you want to go or whatever angle you want to go into. If you are looking for good women, if you are looking for examples of good mother-in-law, it's in the Bible, Naomi. If you are looking for women that were queen, that changed the course of time, there's Esther. If we are looking into their different characters in the Bible, that's
the people who manipulate the Bible, they use the part that is to their own advantage. So
but again, Yo-Yo, somebody said, a preacher said, I won't mention his name, that God didn't plan for the woman originally. And I'm saying this for a reason, that God created the man, and he put it almost like the woman is an afterthought. Oh, geez, see, the guy is alone, oh, so let's find him a helpmeet to assist him. So apparently to him,
that's their whole interpretation, and they are using it. So
he now goes to say, see, as a woman, see, you cannot argue with your man. You cannot do this. You must only suggestion. Because he read that and he thinks that the woman was never part of God's agenda. Another point is sometimes you don't blame these people. I mean, you read in Peter, where Peter was saying Adam did not sin.
You have to read it for yourself. People have to read it for themselves. I used to always feel for people that are
That's what I'm saying.
manipulated and all those things, right? But let me tell you something. The Bible is available everywhere and anywhere. They carry it with themselves. It's like let me bring it down to regular stuff now. You buy mathematics textbook, any textbook that is already recommended by your teacher and tells you that you have to read it for exam, and they ask a question. The way you will answer the same question is different from the way somebody else will answer the same question. But everybody read to their own understanding. When somebody is bringing BS talk to you and you challenge the person logically and say, I don't think it's this. Have you looked at it from this perspective? If the person is not going religiously haywire, then you know that their intention is manipulative. And then you leave that space. Continue discussion with that space. But people do not read things for themselves, think for themselves, analyze it for themselves, and that's why you have this thing like, oh, my pastor said, my priest said, my this said, my dad said. But if you read it for yourself, even whatever you say, you be like, this does not make sense now. Why should I be able to challenge it? Yeah, why should I be quiet because somebody say for Bible say woman is an
and guys, know what's funny though? How this thing has eaten deep into our subconscious. In government, in State House, when they want to start a meeting, they start with prayer, opening prayer. They close with opening prayer. Yet they are the most corrupt people. So you start with opening prayer, you end with opening prayer, you pray Muslim way. Thank you. Thank you for that song. So, by the way, they pray the Christian way, they pray the Muslim way, and look at our country. And you can still order the military to go and shoot up innocent children after you've prayed.
You see? So that's the thing we're saying. Like,
who are singing the national anthem and holding the flag.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
so knowledge is power. Knowledge is very important.
Sometimes I weep for my people.
Application of the knowledge.
Understanding.
Even in the North, when they are doing all their religious fight, then they always do it on Friday after mosque. It's from the mosque they will mobilize. They will not go and attack and be killing people.
Holy water.
They just wait. Yes, that's it. Can you see? It's just brought down to ignorance and from religion, and they claim that okay, you went to go and serve God, and after then you start going.
No, because they are convinced that they are God. That's what He requires of them to do.
So that's what I'm saying. Like people have to
it's just sad.
They have to read this book for themselves. Read it like a storybook.
Anyway, commonsensesisters, I cannot wait for next week on this topic. Yeah, I can't.
So next week we'll talk about it, and the goal of that next week will be that we're coming from a place of educating people and enlightening.
Oh yeah, always.
Like anything personal on this platform. That's your cup of stew.
Yeah, I mean.
No, you have to. No, but there's no way you can avoid that. If you must speak the truth. Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying for anybody who might receive it that the wrong way. I'm saying that there is no way you can avoid that happening if you must address these issues. You know, if you the American Revolution started with what? It didn't start with guns. It didn't against the British. It didn't start with weapons. It started with a book. You know what the title of the book is?
To tell us next week.
No, I'm not gonna say it right now. It's simply called common. It's called Common Sense.
Really?
Thomas Paine. Thomas Paine wrote the book, a little book. That was the title of the book. And then he was basically questioned. Yeah, I believe so. Something Common Sense. Google it right now, please. Please correct me. I'm gonna wait. Thomas Paine. Making sense or common sense? Thomas Paine.
Revolution. You're right. By Thomas Paine.
Yay!
We're going to look for it in our library here to borrow it.
I thought you were actually making the best of us.
No, I'm serious. You guys could not have done a better job on the title of your channel. That is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So, anyways, real quick, guys. Pardon me. What Thomas Paine was talking about in that book, which is what I believe you guys are doing in a different form. Thomas Paine was challenging his fellow countrymen. He was saying, guys, how can we live in this country? And some guy across the Atlantic is telling us, dictating what we're going to be doing. And then the whole idea of taxation without representation, that book went viral. And that was the book that inspired the American Revolution till today. So
I like to borrow stuff.
You guys are doing exact same thing Thomas Paine did, and kudos to you. Good job.
Thomas, we didn't even know about you.
See us now just they bust our crochet.
Yeah.
I'm sure that information alone will, give you guys, ladies, a lovely weekend.
Yes.
Please, before we end, please tell us the stories of the yam and you said you not gone to yam last week now, so
Priestess, what's the
Are we going out now? I'll have to leave now.
Okay. Next week.
Don't worry, next week we'll retain the stories to next week.
Next week, that's fine.
All right.
Thank you, Toby.
Bye.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you very much. Bye. Yeah, good job.
Bye. Okay.
All right, we have come to the end of today's show.
Thank you, everyone,
and it was fun. It was fun.
Thank you for chiming in.
Real quick.
For subscribing, for everything, stories, for the different perspectives,
for engaging in the comment section.
Yeah, we hope that everybody has been able to. We hope that everybody has been able to learn one or two things from our conversation today on the value of appreciating your culture, being able to differentiate between religion and your culture, keeping the good side of culture, elevating it, and monetizing it as well.
Yeah, and that's why we were here today. We thank everyone for
spending your Saturday with us. It's not easy.
And then next week
we're talking about spiritual abuse. So in Africa, so come prepared.
Watch out for the community tab. We'll post the topic, and of course, we'll be cool.
Yeah, for you to vote and all that stuff.
And then we'll be seeing you all next week. Don't forget to like the video. If you have not subscribed, endeavor to subscribe.
It's
for your own common sense.
Yes, we move.
We have learned stuff today.
We are going to now remove our regalias.
Yeah,
we have paid homage to some of our African cultures here, which is what we obviously love doing.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today. We hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend.
A wonderful October.
Tomorrow is the end of the month.
Because next week
we'll see you in November.
See you in November. Never forget who you are and make common sense
never depart from you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good one.